evening storms are very small, very muggy tonight, overnight low temperature in the middle 70s. Tomorrow, Saturday, I think we're back to the mid 90s with triple digit heat indices again, but we'll start to see more storms on the radar. I've got the rain chances maybe 40%-ish for many towns, and even better than that by Sunday. But still, some towns get skipped. The highest rain probability is up to about 80% by Monday as a front approaches. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Ms. Wallace-Jones, in 2023, I sent you this letter with 5 straightforward questions with a goal of confirming that foreign funds are not in our elections and that Act Blue had adequate fraud prevention measures in place. You replied a month later with a 4-page letter describing your fraud prevention policies and procedures that you had in place at Act Blue. But according to the New York Times, your response to this committee may have been false and misleading. Ms. Wallace-Jones, when you signed this letter to me, did you believe this letter was false and misleading?
On the advice of my counsel, I respectfully decline to answer this question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution.
Ms. Wallace-Jones, before you sent this letter, did you believe was it brought to your attention that this letter that you sent me was false and misleading?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution.
Well, I think it's important for everybody here to know that according to the New York Times, you've been aware for quite a while that the response you made was likely false or misleading. Did you ever consider correcting the record for this committee when it was brought to your attention that your letter to me was false and misleading?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer the question pursuant to the attorney-client privilege and my Fifth Amendment rights under the Constitution.
It's pretty interesting. So now you're following the advice of your legal counsel, but you didn't when they warned you that your letter to me was false and misleading.
It's happy hour, come gather around. Greg and Pamela break it all down. Talking politics and the whacked out world. Every headline makes the chaos swirl. It's time for a smoke break.
Yeah.
Monday and Thursday. On happy hour. Mix the thespian feel Tuesday spotlight. On happy hour. Eddie stops by on Friday with some snacks. On happy hour. Laugh a little louder while the whole world swirls. Hanging out in the chat will change your world. On happy hour. On happy hour. Oh, happy hour.
On happy hour.
Calling all stations. Clear the air lanes. Clear all air lanes for the big broadcast.
Are the air lanes clear?
No.
Well, it is happy hour. News Talk 93.1 FM WACB for a Friday afternoon. I'm your gracious, occasionally truculent host, Greg Boudel, with Terry Adams riding shotgun today.
And here they are.
And the Terry fans stand and applaud their hero. How are you, boss?
Yeah, I'm here. How about you?
I'm here. I'm glad to be here.
There you go.
I had a little adventure. And by the way, please forgive me. I may be just a little bit slow sounding today because they took a gallon of blood out of me over at the cancer center today. It's
Cancer center?
I didn't know they could take that much and you could still walk. Yeah, I've got something going on. My blood's too thick. So
Wow.
the way to fix it, one would be to quit smoking, which is just not an option. So I have to drink lots of water. And when they take this much blood, then your body starts making more and it's thinner and whatever. I really don't know. But they found something else today that I got to deal with. I had this sound like an old fart bitching on the radio, and I'm not. Well, I'm an old fart, but I don't mean to bitch.
There's substance to this, is what you're saying.
I've had this like sharp lower back pain on the right side, and I may have stones. Well, some people have said that guy's got real stones. I may have some real stones, but I don't know. I had them 20 years ago.
Oh, they hurt.
Never tell you that lame ass story?
I don't think so.
Because I don't know if we were working. This is 2006.
Hmm.
And this is after the failed back surgery, and they found the stones while they were looking at something else. And they said, well, you got to get these out. So they sent me to Baptist South for a lithotripsy. And I don't remember it because they do, I was going to say euthanize.
Always an option.
They put you on some kind of anesthesia. And you go into a water tank, and then they bombard it with ultrasound and try and pulverize it. And it worked.
Yeah.
It worked, but the day after, and there's no lingering effects from it. It's not painful. I get a call from a woman who says, I was wondering if you ever have lunch with your listeners. And I said, well, talk to me. She said, well, you've already met me. I have? In fact, she said, you met me yesterday. Oh, help me remember. And
Yeah.
she said, well, I had a baseball hat on. And
That
nothing other, because when you are filled with whatever that stuff is, propofol, I have no idea what they used. You really don't emerge from that with a crystal clear memory of every
No.
detail.
No.
I think she got ticked off because I didn't remember,
Well,
or I didn't jump on the chance to go out with her.
and she doesn't understand the world that you live in, Greg.
I thought it was very, well, I don't know what I thought it was. Kind of, I mean, I might have. I didn't remember anything. So I think I'm innocent, right? I should not bear this guilt. For
I
another
don't
minute.
think you have anything to be guilty about.
I don't think I do either. But you'll always wonder what might have been.
Kind of like Katie Couric. You never know.
So I have M&Ms.
No, no, thank you.
Not going for the small candy bars today because I tend to eat the small candy bar, and 5 or 6 of those becomes one big candy bar.
One giant candy.
So here we are, and one of the interesting things, because I talked to Joey,
Joey.
we always chat for a little bit while we're switching out here.
Yeah.
And this issue with Barry Moore, and I've been seeing a ton. I watch a lot of YouTube. I'm a documentary guy.
Yeah.
Tell me an interesting story. Teach me something I haven't heard before. And I'm not so much into, I mean, there's some shows I've been watching, some I may recommend. But the commercial, I think it's by Jared Hudson or some pack, accusing him of stolen valor. And that struck me as odd. I've never heard that about Barry Moore before. I've only had minimal contact with the guy, but I've always thought of him as stellar, you know,
Yeah, straight up guy.
strong
Should be.
Alabama Republican. And so I just don't see him doing that. And he's been around long enough that he would never make a mistake like that. That's something that,
I mean, that's political suicide.
that's what Democrats do.
That's
Well,
political suicide.
It's not suicide because Blumenthal is still the senator in Connecticut, and he's a total forking fraud. But the people in Connecticut, I don't know what they think up there, but they keep sending that SOB back,
Must be something in the water up there.
and he's a definite stolen valor guy. There's a bunch.
Oh yeah, always.
So I'm not sure I understand it. Anybody that's got an opinion on this is welcome to call 272-9228, area code 272-9228.
Well, let's get back to your cancer. I mean, have you got?
Oh, it's
cancer?
not cancer.
Okay. You got to.
You go to the cancer center for some of these, but like I have to go for a highly ticklish ultrasound. That's going to tell them specifically where this thing is.
Wow.
I'm not worried.
No. Good. You shouldn't be.
It's
not going to.
Because even if the worst thing happens and I croak, I know that Jesus will be waiting for me.
You gotta be freaking kidding me.
No. No, I'm not.
Wow.
And I'll say this. I could never complain about the life I've lived. It's been
A lot to be grateful for, sir.
beyond measure. And one reason I'm as grateful as I am is because I went through some very severely difficult times to get where I'm at
That's what
today.
made you who you are.
So, anyway, I thought and I always tell the listeners what's going on. In fact, the whole morning show is going through a sequence of procedures. Rich has got stuff coming up.
Wow.
He worries too much.
Yeah.
He's really in good shape. He takes pretty good care of himself, and he just worries. And I try to tell him, turn your doom projector off. You're going to be fine. You may have to take a medication or something, but so what? You're not on the brink of death like me. I'm being a drama queen. I'm sorry.
But you know, if you're wired to be like that, and I'm wired to be like that, it's really, really hard to keep an upbeat. You know, it's hard to do.
Yeah.
In Rich's defense.
Yeah. We're so blessed to have a company like Adams Drugs, and I love what Jim Smith says in their message, because it references, when you go to a medical provider, a doctor, you have to have a strong sense of trust there.
You better.
And I've got that. I don't know that. And of course, I'm a customer. In fact, I got to go over there tomorrow and pick up whatever it was they told me I need to start taking today. And I have to drink more water. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, they always tell you to drink more water.
But you, as my witness, I'm using this as a water bottle. So I'll be, from time to time this afternoon, you may hear this sound.
It's not alcohol. It's not liquor. It's water.
Yes.
Pure water.
So for once, I'm going to do what the doctor says, even though for some reason I've always had an aversion to drinking water, but I learned some stuff today about why you should, and the things that it lubricates. That sounded wrong. Anyway, there's that, and that clip we played at the beginning, I pulled that from David Blackman's blog.
He's on the beat.
He is, and that's the fat ass that's the buffoon from Act Blue.
So many of them.
One of the most corrupt political organizations on the planet, of course, Democrats.
Must be a one of those tax-free things or something.
Now, I know the Fifth Amendment was put there for a reason, but when you're in a hearing and they're asking you basic questions, and all you're saying is, on the advice of counsel, I'm invoking my Fifth Amendment rights to avoid self-incrimination. Isn't that like saying, well, I may be guilty? I probably did.
That's exactly what that's saying. I mean, look, lady, they got you, or you wouldn't be sitting where you are right now. You might as well come clean.
And I like the, and there's an additional element of buffoonery to what's going on in the
Ms.
national
Wallace-Jones,
conversation right now.
in 2023,
I'm going to let
I
this
sent you
play.
this letter with 5 straightforward questions
Clearly
with a
this
goal of
woman is,
confirming that foreign funds are not in our elections
probably paid
and that
a
Act
lot of
Blue
money
had
to do
adequate
what she
fraud
did.
prevention measures
and
in place.
probably knew that
You
some of
replied
it
a
was
month
not
later
above board.
with a 4-page letter
But I'm
describing
getting
your
a
fraud
little more
prevention
confident
policies and
Trump
procedures that
administration is
you had
gonna
in place at
put
Act
the
Blue.
big reveal on
But according to the New York
Democratic
Times,
corruption.
your
We
response
know
to
it's
this
been there.
committee
We know they're
may
stealing
have been
elections.
false and misleading.
Spencer Pratt today,
Ms. Wallace-Jones,
who has
when you signed this letter
made
to me,
a mayoral
did you
race
believe
in a faraway state
that this letter
interesting
was
and relevant
false
because
and
he's
misleading?
standing up to it, says he has information, there she is, that will absolutely kneecap the Karen Bass campaign and that socialist. I read an article today that Trump, I guess there's a mayoral race coming up in D.C.
Ooh.
And right now, the socialist candidate is ahead.
How?
I don't know. But he said that's not happening. And he's threatening a federal takeover of D.C., which I think he should do.
Where do we draw the line, Greg? I mean, the Constitution, the founders were brilliant, and they left us all kind of escape routes and stuff for different rules. We can modify the Constitution. But when we get to the point now where we've got just outright radicals that apparently are stealing elections and getting in power, what is our mechanism to get rid of these people? Because we know they're bad.
Well, here's what's going on. Many of them will be reelected because the blue states that produce these heathens, it's not what I want to call them, but
You chose your words very carefully there.
FCC regulations and
Yes,
so
sir.
forth, they're losing people in droves. And most of the people leaving are at least fiscal conservatives who are tired of being taxed to death and then seeing it spent on bullcrap.
Yeah, and they're going to states that are more like-minded, that conservative states.
Should we care that the leadership in Illinois, starting with their fat bastard governor,
Get in my belly!
Pritzker,
Grab the baby.
spent $2.5 billion of Illinois taxpayer money to pay the health care, food, accommodations, walking around money for illegal aliens?
He should be in prison.
He should be in prison. And the mayor of Chicago is a raging communist
Mhm.
and a freak. And between the two of those people, they couldn't come up with a plan to keep the Bears in Illinois. So they're moving to Hammond, Indiana, right next door.
But do you really believe that the majority of people who live in Illinois actually voted for somebody who's an out? Just look at them. I have a hard time fathoming that.
Look, I grew up in Illinois. I hate to admit it, I just sounded like Don Markwell.
Yes, you did.
I hate to admit it, but I remember, and my dad worked for the city of Chicago.
Right.
And he was full up and aware of what a corrupt government Mayor Daley ran. But Mayor Daley ran it so that it worked for the people.
Yeah.
Palms get greased, blah, 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 but things get done.
At the end of the day, the people get the benefit.
And the system was, if you had a pothole in your street, you call your Democratic precinct captain, and within a day or two, somebody, as long as he knew you were a Daley supporter, it got done. We don't even have that here.
No, we don't.
You can talk to your city council person. Again, I've been railing on the fact that in May of last year, the city council approved the resurfacing of Atlanta Highway, a very important street that's used by tens of thousands of people every day.
One of the busiest.
And it's nothing but a crap hole grinding down car tires. Where's the tax money going?
Mm-hmm.
That should have been done already. It was approved over a year ago. And today, Carter Hill and Devon Road is one big river of cracked asphalt, patchwork, and that's another heavily traveled corridor.
Well, you've got the bridge at Wares Ferry that takes you to the Montgomery Casino. It's been down and out of action now for, 9 months?
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Ron DeSantis, when Sanibel Island was disconnected from the mainland by that hurricane a couple of years ago, in 3 days, they had it reconnected.
Wow. It's impressive.
That's the kind of public servant we need.
That's leadership.
And I hope DeSantis has some kind of a major role in the next Republican administration. I made a prediction a couple of years ago, well, actually many years ago, after we had our fill of Obama
That didn't take long.
and his BS. No, didn't. My prediction was we will have another black president, but it'll be a Republican.
I know several that I would like to see as president.
Yes. But in the eyes of the media and the Democrats, whether you're a senator like Tim Scott or some of the Congress people like Byron Donalds, to the leftist media, they don't exist. They're not the kind of black person they want.
That's just the power of the
It is
working
so
media.
sick.
Yeah, it is. Totally controlled.
In the aftermath of the Carmelo Anthony murder verdict, it is sickening to me that there are people blaming racism for this. We have this, but blame the liberals. They're the ones that have made this possible. We might take a moment and get into something I saw on Fox News today about the black subculture that is poisoning this country, that this continues to go on. And then the likes of Jasmine D. Crockett and the other mouse that are running off. Yeah, I would have stabbed him too. And I mean, just unbelievably stupid, ignorant people. But the people that are actually educated, contributing, and want the best for America and its people, the media just flat out ignores them.
Exactly. We have the little short, mean woman on line one.
Lynn?
Yep.
Yes.
Hi, Lynn. Is Terry in
Are you
trouble?
there?
Is Terry in
That's
trouble?
the first thing I thought.
No, I just wanted to call and tell you that District 2, we have an excellent council person. Julie Beard, she paves our roads. Burbank has been in trouble for a long time, and she got it repaved. Dunbar, she got the railroad tracks fixed.
Would you ask Julie if she could move to Cloverdale?
He is wonderful.
I'm glad to hear that.
Meetings, like town hall meetings once a month, if not, she definitely does
That's
it once
true.
a quarter,
That's true.
where all her constituents can come and
Complain.
voice
or whatever.
complaint.
Yep.
Sounds like she'd be a good mayor.
Yep,
Wrong color.
it's wonderful.
And that's crazy, too,
I know. It is.
that we're still voting that based on that.
We are. Well, thank you for your call, little short, mean woman.
Lynn,
you.
what an honor to open the
Yep.
show with you today.
Well, thank you.
All right,
Good to hear you.
Be careful. Coming back from the lake.
the little short mean woman.
That's her. Somebody's got to be it. And that's what she always says. Somebody's got to be the little short, mean woman.
Yes.
Somebody's got to keep me under control.
You know, this first half hour is really ripped by.
What? Oh, my. Oh, wow.
Now, Rich's forecast is coming up, but if we're lucky, yesterday afternoon was just, it was like so intense, the heat.
Oh, God, yeah.
It was just
Yes,
like,
it was.
we've been lucky. We've had a fairly mild spring. We've had Junes that started out with 700-degree days. This year it's been a little bit more temperate, but now that summertime wilting heat is back.
Yes, it is.
Oh, which, by the way, is a good reason to call Clark's at 277-2125 and get a membership. It's the best protection for your system, and it's something that can pay for itself because when they clean the unit, they come out twice for that one price. 2 visits for $180. They leave it running energy efficiently, and if you need a repair, you get a discount on parts and service. And they're a phone call away for that or any plumbing emergency that may come up. In fact, you can find all of this out at clarkcomfort.com. And they've got top-notch people. The last time I had a plumbing issue, it was on a Sunday night.
Oh, the worst time.
Bathtub just, the fixture came off. It was like a Three Stooges thing.
Whoops.
Yeah. And I don't know how to turn the Buffalo valve off or any of that. So I called, and within an hour and 25 minutes, they arrived, swapped in a new fixture, got the water off, and they were gone. So from 7:30 to about 5 minutes to 9, and it was done. Worth every penny.
Yep.
For the best in heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and people, call Clark's 277-2125 or visit clarkcomfort.com. Alabama certification number 09098. It is a pleasure to work with the great Skipper to get your traffic, your afternoon commute started. Blue Water News next.
Well, we have had several little minor accidents this afternoon, but we believe those have all cleared. We are a bit busy on East and East-South Boulevard. 231 to Wetumpka, light to moderate traffic there. I-65 and 85 out of the interchange. A little bit busy there, and around the area, we're looking good. So keep it here. We'll update you if any accidents happen. If you have less than perfect credit, McKenna Nissan may have just the plan for you. Talk to David Martin, and he will do everything possible to have you driving today. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up, Wendell Traffic, every Skywatch traffic.
News is brought to you by Bath Innovations. Call Bath Innovations today to schedule your free in-home consultation.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. The United States Supreme Court yesterday ruled Alabama could not proceed with a nitrogen gas execution. Earlier this week, a lower court declared the method unconstitutional as cruel and unusual punishment. The decision spared death row inmate Jeffrey James Lee from being put to death last night. The ruling does not stop the state from executing Lee at a future date by lethal injection or the electric chair. Hope Hall residents will vote on incorporation in a special election July 14th. Eligible voters who live in the proposed area will decide whether Hope Hall should become an incorporated municipality. Incorporation would make Hope Hall a legally recognized town, allowing it to form a local government. Free Fishing Day in Alabama is happening this weekend. On Saturday, the state will waive fishing license requirements to allow fishing in public waters without a permit. The event applies to both freshwater and saltwater fishing locations throughout the state. Free Fishing Day will coincide with the start of Alabama's red snapper season. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
Bath Innovations of Alabama can replace your old bathtub with a low-step shower featuring built-in seating, secure grab bars, and slip-resistant flooring, often installed in as little as 1 day. Call Bath Innovations of Alabama today to schedule your free in-home consultation.
What does it mean for a nation to be successful? I'm Stephanie Bryan, Tribal Chair and CEO of the Poarch Creek Indians. We believe a successful nation gives back. As we've built economic opportunity and prosperity, the Poarch Creek Indians have been able to give back to our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. More than $37 million since 2021 alone. From education and health care to tornado relief, learn more about our charitable giving at PoarchCreekIndians.org.
Paid for by McGinnis for Alabama, 203 Investment Lane, Summerdale, Alabama, 36580.
Hillary! Hillary! I'm really feeling my pain. I sure could use a 5-point plan right now.
I'm Christina Warner McKinnis, and we all need the 5-point plan for Alabama farms and families. Better food security. They should be able to buy Alabama rotisserie chicken with SNAP benefits, not margarita mix. Guide more farmers to the millions of dollars in grants they deserve. Protect our farmland from China and promote sweet-grown Alabama for tourism. We need more Alabama food on the plates of our schools and home. It's time to tell the politicians in Montgomery, same old is not working for us.
Christina Warner McKinnis for Agriculture.
I haven't asked the big guy yet, but I have a feeling he'll like the plan.
This 5-point plan is huge, very special. And believe me, I know the 5-point plan. And all the other 5-point plans are horrible, probably made in China.
Congressman Barry Moore has always delivered for Alabama. As a member of the House Freedom Caucus, Barry Moore earned a score of 100 from Heritage Action for protecting our values. He's helped thousands of Alabama families, fought for our veterans as a veteran himself, and secured millions for infrastructure, first responders, and public safety. Barry Moore helped pass Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill, delivering tax cuts for hardworking Alabama families, and stood strong to secure our borders. Now, Barry is taking that fight to the United States Senate. Barry Moore will defend our freedoms, defend the Second Amendment, protect our children, stand up for parents, and keep boys out of girls' sports while continuing to cut taxes and lower prices. Endorsed by President Trump, Barry Moore is a proven conservative Alabama can trust.
I'm Congressman Barry Moore. I've rolled up my sleeves in Congress, and I'll keep fighting for Alabama in the U.S. Senate. I'm Barry Moore, a conservative fighter, and I approve this message.
Approved and paid for by Barry Moore for U.S. Senate.
PSC Equipment and Farm Supply in Raymer always has the best sales, and David's at it again with the Tag It and Take It sale. Saturday, June 13th. Load up those trades and bring them with you to the one-day-only mega event. PSC will offer special one-day clearance prices on tons of new and used equipment and implements. Mini excavators as low as $49.95. Mini skid steers starting at $39.95. Quality utility trailers from $17.95. Good Guys cattle trailers starting at just $79.95. And those popular 500 series poly fertilizer spreaders with the stainless steel spinners on sale for $7.99. Tractors, trailers, equipment, attachments, even warehouse products like seed, lime, and fertilizer will have a Tag It and Take It price. The Choo-Choo food truck will feed you, Tony Mills will sing for you, and David Steeless. One day only, Saturday, June 13th. PSC Equipment and Farm Supply, 21704 Troy Highway, Raymer, right near Sykes & Kahn.
Before you commit to that plumbing repair or upgrade, get a second opinion from Headley Plumbing. Our estimate could save you thousands. We do it all: residential, commercial, and septic tank service, serving the entire river region. No membership, no contract, just fair, reliable service. Call Headley Plumbing at 285-3667 or visit headleyplumbing.com. In our business, a flush beats a full house.
Headley Metal Buildings has been your source for quality metal buildings in the river region since 2007. Carports up to 24 feet wide, RV covers, storage buildings, even a sturdy metal barn up to 54 feet wide. Your structure can be customized, installed on level ground, and comes with a 20-year warranty. Let Headley Metal Buildings help you find the perfect solution. Financing available. Call 285-3667 for details or find Headley Metal Buildings on Facebook.
Hi, this is Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop. Listen every Saturday to Winning Wellness and learn from experts in different fields of science and technology how nutritional supplements can help you.
Listen to Winning Wellness every Saturday at 10 a.m. Rich Thomas weather is brought to you by Victoryland.
Victoryland Casinos, crowning 25K free play giveaway. The more you visit, the more chances you have to win. Victoryland Casino, where you can be a winner too.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. 9 days till the official start of summertime, but we are deep into a summertime pattern. The risk of any evening storms are very small. Very muggy tonight, overnight low temperature in the middle 70s. Tomorrow, Saturday, I think we're back to the mid-90s with triple-digit heat indices again. But we'll start to see more storms on the radar. I've got the rain chances maybe 40%-ish for many towns, and even better than that by Sunday. But still, some towns get skipped. The highest rain probability is up to about 80% by Monday as a front approaches. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Big dreams for your home on a tight budget? AFE's $26.26 as you covered. Unlock your home's equity with just $26 in closing costs. No fees, no headaches. Visit your local ASE branch today. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 420259.
The River Region's News Talk station. News Talk 93.1. WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Greg Goodell with Terry Adams on News Talk 93.1 FM. It's mandatory when Terry's here because he introduced us to this clip. It's not comedian George Carlin. It's George Carlin, the prophet. We've been playing this for many years, right?
Yes, sir.
And every time I hear it, it just becomes truth.
There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the... They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting by a system that threw them overboard 30 years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich who don't give a about them. They don't give a about you. They don't give about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Yeah. You know? And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on. The fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue that's being jammed up their every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream because you have to be asleep to believe it.
And the people that want to restore that, like Donald Trump,
Mm-hmm.
and those who are Senator Tuberville.
Mm-hmm.
It's such an interesting situation with him. And I didn't ask him this question. I don't have a response from him. I'm just saying what I'm saying based on, his willingness to be on the air with us on a very regular basis, which we appreciate.
Yeah.
But you can tell from the way he talks, he was not a career politician.
Thank God.
He gets to D.C., and the first thing he finds out is the big club, and you ain't in it.
Yep.
Because it's almost like Mr. Smith goes to Washington.
Yes, it is.
And I don't mean to use the word naive, but you kind of hope somewhere in there the best interest of the American people is what they're there to serve. But
supposedly
they can't pass the frickin' Save America Act for voter ID, and it's something that everybody, independents, Republicans, even Democrats, want voter ID. Only an insane nation would allow foreigners to vote in their elections.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Yet we know it happens, and that's how they help steal the 2020.
Exactly right.
But you know what? In the long run of things, it was probably better. And I love telling this to Democrats. The man's been elected president 3 times. He gets more popular every time he runs. Why do you think that is? Why don't you study that phenomenon before you continue on with your lunatic Trump derangement syndrome, making stuff up, burning 8647 into the grass on the National Mall in D.C.? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Is Jim Comey, is he doing community service? Did they put him in charge of maintaining the grass on the Capitol Mall? He hasn't even been convicted yet. I hope he is. And I don't see how somebody can get away with doing that and not get caught. There's cameras everywhere. Every square inch of D.C. is under surveillance. There's got to be a way to figure out who pulled that little stunt. But that's okay.
Greg, it's coming down to there's 2 sets of laws. There's a set of laws for the haves and a set of laws for the have-nots, and that disparity is getting bigger and bigger by design every year.
But by haves, I would interpret that to mean people who are, in fact, embraced in the club.
Yes, they're the uber rich. Because they're not held to the same standards as we are.
Because Elon Musk is not in that club.
No, he's not.
But he is uber rich, the first trillionaire today.
Yep.
And all across the country, the usual socialist line, nobody, if AOC doesn't think anybody should be a billionaire, what about a trillionaire? You think he lucked into this or something?
They just don't understand that these are the people who make businesses, who create businesses, who employ people so they can earn a wage and provide for their families. That's what this is all about.
Yeah.
But they don't see it that way. It's crazy.
How many tens of thousands of people are employed throughout the SpaceX?
Exactly.
And that's just one entity.
Exactly. That's not to mention Tesla and everything else.
Yeah. He's a brilliant guy.
Yeah, he is.
But I think the infantile mind of the socialist just assumes that he's got a room that's just filled with cash, and he likes to go in there and dive around in it and, throw it up in the air and play with it. And, oh boy, I'm rich.
Well, it's the hypocrisy that really just rubs me the wrong way. Because these people, it's a lot of jealousy involved because they want that money. It's not that they hate money.
They got big plans for it.
You better believe it.
They can't wait to throw it into a blender and drink it and then piss it away. That's what they do.
It's insane.
And the people the likes of Jasmine D. Crockett and others that get elected to spread their hate.
I don't see how these people keep getting elected.
Here's an interesting thing. At least one Democrat, Tim Kaine, who ran, he wasn't with Kamala. He was with Hillary.
Hillary, yes.
Yeah. He came out and said that the Carmelo Anthony verdict was not an act of racism. Good Lord. I mean, well, the liberals created that bubble, and you can't blame somebody for trying to use it to stay out of prison.
Yeah, you do whatever
But
you have to do.
It's just ridiculous. Just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
You just can't make this stuff up.
Here's a story I really don't understand, and I'm going to be eager to see what David Blackman says about it Monday, the day before it happens. But J.D. Vance is going to be on The View.
Oh boy, get ready for some fireworks. I'm guessing he'll probably stay. He won't get up and walk off.
He's smarter than everybody in that room
Yeah, he is.
combined, with plenty of room to spare.
Mm-hmm. He does his homework.
I think he will slice and dice them.
I hope so.
If they let him talk. But liberals don't. They're not known for letting you complete your thoughts before they're harping and jumping on top of you with their shrieking BS.
Well said. Shrieking BS. I like that.
That's what it is.
It is. I agree.
Here's something that's in the conspiracy wheelhouse. Tulsi Gabbard has revealed evidence of U.S. taxpayer-funded global biolab program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we got some people, and one thing the TDS crowd doesn't seem to understand, Tulsi was a Democrat. There are some that are waking up and some who are genuinely concerned, like we have really gone off the deep end.
Tulsi also attended Klaus Schwab's Global Leader School, which scares me a little bit.
I get the concern with that.
But her actions seem to
The
betray
actions
that.
are what matter.
You're right.
And I don't think Klaus Schwab would approve of her releasing this information.
Good point.
Just a thought.
I agree.
Could be she's had an awakening of her own, too.
I hope so.
We're pretty sure the Iran deal
You can't trust these
not
people.
them. No.
You cannot trust them because their religion, what they live for, says that if you don't believe the way they believe, then anything goes. They
It's
can
really-
lie to you, deceive you, whatever.
Is it a religion or a political system?
A little of both.
Because there's no negotiation.
I don't know if they're Shiite. I'm not sure. Well, Iran is. I think they are Shiite, aren't they?
Whatever, with the SpaceX IPO and I guess some faith in the agreement that's been reached with Iran, the market showed some confidence, up 355. Dow back over 51,000 after their prolonged. In fact, most of the indexes and major stocks look to be in the green today.
Good.
And JD said that the words that are coming out of Iran, well, we don't have a deal or this and that, that's coming from people who are not connected to the actual negotiation. We'll see. Kind of holding our breath on that one. Seniors Group says that, let me pop this on the screen for a moment. I do want to go back. I want to play some Greg Gutfeld. Because on Friday we need some laughs. In fact, we're going to do some stand-up when we get deeper into the show.
Oh, okay.
Seniors Group says new Social Security report should be a wake-up call for Congress. If they can't get this fixed by 2032, they're just going to cut the benefit 20% for everybody.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I get very upset when I hear them refer to Social Security as a, what is the word they use? Is it like an entitlement?
An entitlement.
It's not. It's my money. You've been taking from me my entire working life.
Yes.
It's my money.
And you promised when I reached whatever the age benchmark is that I would start getting it back.
Yep.
Based on how much I contributed over the course of my work history. Yeah.
I've been working since I was 14, so they took a lot of my money.
I must hang with the right people because like Donnie Turner, I think, got his first job when he was 8.
Yeah.
He may have, in fact, he may have been working before he learned how to walk. He's just
Work ethic. Yeah.
He is just amazing. And I know so many people who are like that.
Yep.
It's what they know. It's what they were raised right.
Exactly. And you were taught that if there's something you want, then you work to achieve it. Because something that you have to scrimp and work and save for that you buy is a lot more important to you than something given to you. I learned that very early in life.
So for a while there, I think it was Newt Gingrich had it set up so that all revenues collected from those FICA deductions on paychecks would go to that fund. But Congress, and they never announced these things, but they started stealing from it.
Well, it was put into the general fund by Ronald Reagan, believe it or not.
Really? Yes. I am disappointed to hear that.
Me too. They've all done something, and I'm sure he was pressured to do it.
I don't mean to hop around, but on Friday we try to catch up to everything. And I want to thank my friend James. Oh, let me reply to Brant.
Is this our author, James? Or different James? You have so many.
Different
listeners.
James. Okay. He actually has a company called Patriot Pro Services. He's fantastic.
Oh, the lawn service?
No, they do everything.
Okay.
They can fix virtually any problem in the house. They are the ultimate handy team.
Love it.
He wanted to hang on a second. This is on Messenger as I hop around. That should be Brent calling in there.
Hey, Talk Radio. Who's this?
Hang on 1 second, friends. I'm going to share that phone number too.
You, sir, are correct, as Ed McMahon would say.
He says, I can personally debunk the stolen valor on Barry Moore. He served with my dad. I just re-verified the years he was in my dad's unit from 88 to 90.
Good.
We text occasionally. And again, I saw, and they're running these like crazy. I am not buying.
No.
I can't say I'm Barry Moore's best buddy, but I've never seen anything that would give me a hint that he would be capable of a stolen valor.
It is, Brent.
Here it is. A big day in the markets, a big day. We have our first trillionaire. I thought it would be Brant, but it's going to be Elon Musk. How you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great, Greg. Doing great. It is a Friday, and typically, we don't call in on Friday afternoon, but with this big IPO, I just had to touch base.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm glad you did.
Yeah, it was an interesting day, and it went about like we described to you yesterday. We had the order book. Everyone was working the order book, trying to get all the orders in balance. It was probably around that 9:30, 10 o'clock time frame this morning that we got the first trade. It opened around 150, which was nice because the IPO price was 135, and just like we suspected, the stock went up. It ran up to around, I guess, $175 a share. Ended up closing at around 160. Pretty volatile day, which is typical for these kinds of things. And I would expect that to continue, man. I really would. That's why I, wanted to be super, super cautious for everyone listening on how to deal with this if you're interested in it. And I think SpaceX is obviously the category leader by far and away in this whole new space frontier and all that it means to the world and society and certainly America. But it's a long-term investment. And so if you want to be involved with it, just be very careful, wade into it over time and establish a position that you want to hold on to for 5 to 10 years. And, I've read some interesting stories about some of the employees there as well. I mean, approximately 400 employees are now worth $100 million each.
Holy cow!
Yeah, I know. A really interesting story too that I read in an article about a gentleman who was an immigrant from Mexico, came into America the right way, went to work as an entry-level employee just for $28 an hour, and was given some stock like all the other employees and was eligible to purchase stock. And so this guy just kept plowing little bits of money into it all these years, and it's worth about $1 million. And he had a choice between going to work for General Electric or SpaceX, and he chose SpaceX, and look what happened. He's only been there 12 years.
Chose wisely.
Yeah, it's just amazing. 37-year-old engineers that are worth $100 million.
Wow.
It's an unbelievable story, and that's one of the things that I love about, you want to push back on people like, Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren who want to rail against Elon and $1 trillion and all this kind of thing. But look at what he's doing for all these employees, and it's just incredible. And that's the American way. So
Amen.
A great story today, a really exciting story. It went really well. obviously very pleased with the way it traded.
Let me, if
also-
I may, share a little
Yeah.
tidbit of wisdom on Elizabeth Warren, since you mentioned her name. She was the one that decided that the merger between Spirit and JetBlue should not happen because it would be a violation of antitrust, even though their combined percentage of America's air traffic would be about 15%. That does not sound like a monopoly to me.
No.
So she fought it successfully. Spirit Airlines is out of business now, and 17,000 people are out of jobs. Yet that woman still runs around like she has a clue. It makes me furious.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely sickening. These people have no clue what they're
None.
talking about. They really do.
They're in
I mean, they
power.
really don't.
And all they do
Yeah,
is
it's unreal.
foment envy and jealousy, and they never speak on behalf of hard work and dedication, or
Can't have
give.
that.
They seem to believe that people like Elon Musk and others who are wealthy stole it from the public, and that they are shameless about promoting that idea, which is just sickening.
I agree. I totally agree.
Me too.
Well, I'm glad it was a good day.
Yeah, it was a great day. And even if you think about Elon worth $1 trillion, I mean, what does that really and truly mean? He can't just.
No.
If he were to try to sell all of his shares, no one's going to pay him $1 trillion. He is the company. He's the company.
It's just numbers on.
You know what I
words.
mean? And yeah, it's just. And if you talk about people having massive amounts of wealth and capital and all of that, I'd much rather have the capital in their hands where they're forging into these new industries and helping America be great over the next 10 years, and give the money to people like Warren and Schumer and Sanders and all these people who will just blow it.
Yep.
And,
Yeah.
and
Give
fraud
it away.
schemes and everything else in the world.
You're right.
How about speaking of money management, Brant? How about Ilhan Omar, whose personal wealth statement that the people in Congress have to file at one point was around $300 million. Now it's down to 15,000 to 95,000. Isn't that amazing? How she can lose all that money all of a sudden? I wonder how that happened.
Yeah, it's absolutely unbelievable.
So in your face.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, we sure do appreciate your time this afternoon. Have a great weekend, Brant.
Yeah, you too, buddy. Y'all be good, and we'll talk next week.
You got it. Man. Monday at 5:15.
The opinions voiced in this material are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance referenced is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. The opinions expressed in this material do not necessarily reflect the views of LPL Financial. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice is offered through Invista Advisors, registered investment advisor, and separate entity from LPL Financial.
It is 4 o'clock. Skipper's got traffic. Salem Radio Network News ahead.
Well, traffic flow around the Montgomery area light to mostly moderate and building, and we have a new accident, 2100 South Boulevard. That is right in front of Baptist South. Please watch out for emergency vehicles there. Interstates are busy. All of our feeder roads outbound beginning to load up a good bit. We will keep you updated. Your future starts this fall. Trenton State Community College now enrolling for the fall of 2026. Many courses, 2-year degrees, and certificates to choose from, and financial aid available. Register today. Go to TrentonState.edu for more information. Buckle up with J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
This portion of our show is brought to you by AARP. You may be older than a flip phone and probably still have one, but you've got money, graybeard, and that's what advertisers want. AARP.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
You can't control interest rates. You can't control housing inventory. And you definitely can't control what the national news decides to panic about this week. But here's what you can control. You control your timing. You decide when it's the right time to buy, when it makes sense to refinance, and when to tap into your equity to renovate, invest, or consolidate debt and free up monthly cash flow. Real estate decisions aren't one size fits all, and they shouldn't be driven by headlines or social media noise. They should be based on your goals, your finances, and your life. The smartest moves happen when you focus on what you can control and work with someone who helps you see the full picture. Give us a call at Alabama Home Mortgage today at 334-567-4223 or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, y'all, Lewis at the Capital Oyster Bar. We're located over here on the beautiful Alabama River. We're down here cooking up that fresh seafood for you, and we've been doing it 30 years. That's right, the 30th year we've been down here shucking oysters for you. Let me tell you, we got a fryer, a steamer, and a grill. Over here on the fryer, you know it's all southern stuff, so fried shrimp, catfish, oysters, got some tilapia, you know, good old southern fried food. Over here on the grill, we got a good ribeye, we got a grilled amberjack, all kind of grilled fish coming in out of the Gulf, snapper, grouper, flounders. We got that steamer going for you too. We got those oysters Rockefeller, got those shrimp from Argentina, taste between a shrimp and a lobster. Got those Royal Ridge shrimp, snow crab, man, it's all good. Also, I got to tell you, great show Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock showtime. Another award winner, Miss Eden Brent, on that boogie woogie piano. Check it all out, CapitalOysterBar.com. Get over to our Facebook page, see what's going on. Rent you a pontoon boat. You can come down here and stay in the RV park for a little while. Don't forget, Miss Eden Brent, 4 o'clock showtime. That's a good one.
Don't you love the feeling of coming home to a clean house? Let Southern Bell's cleaning service get your home in order. Families in the River region trust Southern Bells because they know Callan and Jesse will show up on time and believe in cleaning the old-fashioned way. They bring all their own supplies and specialize in full-service, residential, commercial, vacant properties, and construction cleanup. Estimates are always free. Call Southern Bells today at 546-0715 or follow them on Facebook at Southern Bells Cleaning River Region.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
I'm Bradley Earl Ekdahl, and I'm asking for your vote June 16th for Circuit Judge Place 5 at Atauga, Chilton, and Elmore counties. I'm a 20-year veteran of the trial courtrooms of Alabama. I've served you as an assistant district attorney. I've served you as the municipal prosecutor for the city of Prattville, and I've continued to serve you as the municipal judge of Millbrook. I've defended the most difficult and serious cases before judge and jury. I've been serving this community for 20 years. Vote Bradley Earl Ekdahl, June 16th.
Paid for by the committee to elect Bradley Earl Ekdahl, 131 Hunts Alley, Prattville, Alabama, 36067.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. 5 reasons to get a home inspection before you close on a home. Homeowners buying their first home or their 10th home still need a home inspection performed. First, you will find out firsthand the true condition of the home, the age and state of the heating and air, the roof, electrical, and plumbing as of the date of inspection. Second, it may give you the ability to renegotiate repairs that the seller will end up paying for before closing. Third, if the results show that the repairs would be too costly, then you can opt out of the contract without losing your earnest money. Fourth, the age and state of the systems will indicate what shape the rest of the house might be in and give you the option to opt out of the transaction or renegotiate terms. Fifth, knowing what needs to be done to the house will allow you the opportunity to update the home properly to your taste. For a list of the best home inspectors in the area, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group at 334-221-2883 or 551-0225. The Goodson Group.
It's June 12th, the greatest day ever. On the 12th of June, 1987, President Ronald Reagan challenges Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev to tear down the Berlin Wall. Most remember that part of the speech, but Reagan said a little more.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. And please, keep all the pieces so that back together near Mexico.
Have a great June 12th, the greatest day ever.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center. This is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
It's 4:05.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington.
Elon Musk has become the world's first ever trillionaire as investors snatched up IPO shares of SpaceX. He says the goal is to put satellites into orbit and eventually establish a colony of people on Mars, all big projects that take big money. A key U.S. government surveillance program set to expire today. The surveillance tool known as FISA is seen as vital in preventing terrorist attacks and catching foreign spies. It's set to expire, though, after congressional efforts to temporarily extend it came up short in a bipartisan fashion. Critics in both parties concerned the program allows the government to aim its surveillance capacity at American citizens without a warrant while it investigates foreign suspects, a violation of the Fourth Amendment, they say. On Wall Street at the closing bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was up 353 points. The Nasdaq today gained 79. This is SRN News.
It is so different talking about MediShare as a way for paying for health care. Peter O'Brien is a husband and father who got some brutal news. He had blood cancer, and thankfully he and his family were MediShare members. They found out just how much MediShare is on their side.
That is the whole key when you're sick and you need that emotional support and you need somebody to, talk with you and, get you through the financials. That's the key. When you can't walk, you can't do stuff, and you got cancer in your body, you're like, you need help. Your family, friends, MediShare, you need it.
Yeah, imagine having an advocate and there's people walking you through this, helping you with your medical bills. It makes all the difference. You can save tremendous amounts of money, of course, with MediShare, but more than that, MediShare is for you. They're helping you, advocating for you, praying for you. Find out more. Be part of this. Here's the number, 844-45-BIBLE. That's 844-45-BIBLE, 844-45-BIBLE.
More beer, you slappy wag. If there must be a bar, I can finally get a drink. I need to drink beer.
You need bar beers.
And as you know, I like to beer. Beer don't by itself.
I'm having a beer.
Free beer. I'm a booze hound.
Okay, meet me at the bar in 15 minutes and suit up.
Would you like some more champagne?
I'd love some.
Who's ready for margaritas?
Fireball.
All right, last call, fellas. It's closing time.
Ah, crap, I'm not even half buzzed.
We came here to drink beer.
It is Happy Hour News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV. White House, Iran say deal to end war closer than ever. Notice that headline, White House and Iran. I want to believe. I want to believe, but I will believe when I see it.
Don't trust them.
I just had this clip with Greg Gutfeld, and it was about Graham Plattner, the Nazi the Democrats have nominated for the Senate seat in Maine.
Yeah.
God, just when you think they've done the dumbest possible thing.
It never stops.
And that may be ultimately what saves the country in the midterms.
Yeah.
Because if they get both houses, it's going to be one crap show after another. You know the word I'd like to use there.
There's going to be a civil war if that happens.
Oh, God. Let's grab this call on the fly. Good afternoon. Who's this?
That's Soldier Boy.
Hey, buddy. What's up?
Got a question, Greg. You're good at conundrums. You're the king of those. Matter of fact.
Well.
Yeah, you are. Well, how is it that we have a sheriff's department substation down at Chantilly in the shopping area, and now they just downtown? Does that mean that the mayor can't have a police department to protect and provide service to the city?
I don't know.
There's not one substation in the city. There's not one for the There's not one substation for the city. But new ones just popped out to the county.
I wish I knew the answer to that. All I know is that the sheriff of Montgomery County seems to be far more concerned with protecting people than
the governor or the mayor.
Now, don't get me wrong here. I believe our police and our chief want to do their job
the best they can.
But
hands are tied.
They got to answer to somebody who really wants to defund them. And send
Can that be changed? Can that be changed where instead of having so much power, it's selected and picked and fired by one person, that much power? They always talk about Trump being the king. Here's the mayor being the king, and have like the majority of the city council have control of that. A majority of those 9 people have it. You have to have 5 votes in order to hire or fire somebody.
That'd be nice. I don't.
What?
They're not
That makes
going
sense, don't it?
They never give up power on their own volition. You know what I mean?
Problem.
Yeah, it is the problem.
Well, here's the thing about it. It's the sheriff's department. Okay, hire and fire. He has to go through the Montgomery commissioners, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Here's the question. You got 40, 50, 60 people waiting for jobs that are qualified at the sheriff's department, but nobody wants to work at MPD.
Well, no officer wants to work for a leader that does not have their back.
Exactly.
Greg, don't call him a leader, please.
Well, he is the mayor. That doesn't mean he's a leader.
Yeah, he's not a leader. And I talked to a friend of mine who works down there, and he says at any given time, the most officers they can put on that are actually not staff, not investigations, but on the road, patrol-wise, how many officers do they have? Take a guess.
How many?
182.
Wow. Do they even have police motorcycles anymore?
No.
I know if you drive by the police building off Capitol Highway.
Yeah.
There's tons of vehicles up there that just seem to be sitting.
Exactly. Well, what scares me is Wares Ferry Road, which we live off of. I have been passed so many times, and you don't pass on Wares Ferry Road. I've had people go around me that I swear are running 100 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah. It's like a drag race. Hey, did you hear he also wants to, commercial sanitation department?
Commercialize how?
Outsource it?
Yep.
Oh, well, he's probably got a friend that's in that business.
Yeah. And, well, it's just like we've been getting letters for the last year and a half about our sewage system and the pipes and stuff that run from our home to the water valves and stuff. Yeah, they want us to buy some kind of insurance. And I bet you
with their
money
advertising and their letters.
Yeah,
they're getting kickback on it.
It's got to be somebody that's related to the mayor, is my guess. Cousin, brother, something that owns that company.
What happened to the city giving $275,000 to a company that didn't exist and hadn't even started up yet, so they could do accident reports in our city?
Doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, look at what you're dealing with, man. It didn't fall far from the tree.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the city of Los Angeles. If you continue to vote like that, you deserve what you get.
Yeah,
I don't feel sorry for them anymore.
How do we know we're even voting like that with the way they run their elections?
That's true. We don't know who's legitimately elected and who's not.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you, Soldier Boy.
Good afternoon. Who's this?
Well, this would be James.
James.
How are you gentlemen today?
Yeah. You know.
Another day.
Can't complain.
My bad.
You could, but nobody cares.
How are you? Enough about us.
Okay. You know what Montgomery really needs?
I do. But go ahead, tell us.
Emery Farmer.
Oh, well, I mean, I've seen that, through dozens of emails, Facebook messages and stuff. Yeah, I mean, the whatever's happening right now has only made people want that type of mayor more.
I know, Greg, you've been in Montgomery, 20 plus years now?
Yeah, but I did meet Emery Farmer because he was a regular guest on the Don Markwell show when I first got here. But I never got to interview him or anything.
Do you recall, or have you been informed or brought up to date on the issue that brought Emery Farmer to the mayoral office?
Remind us. I don't remember.
There was an issue, I think it was off Northern Boulevard. There was some gentleman that came down for a funeral from Detroit or Chicago.
Oh, is this the Todd Road incident?
I think that's correct.
Yeah, I do remember that. That house, well, they finally have torn it down, but that house was there forever.
I see. My understanding is 2 police officers. There may have been more, but I think it was only 2, and they were
They were detectives.
plainclothes
Yes.
investigators.
Right. That's
And they
correct.
busted up into this house where they were, and this is completely by memory and some articles that I've read that were written by, I believe, Alvin Bean. I think I got the right name.
Yeah, that used to be a beat writer.
Correct.
Yeah, you're right.
They popped in there on them. They were in town for a wake, funeral.
Yes. And they say the cops did not identify themselves.
Correct. And of course, when they busted in with guns drawn, those guys from out of town.
They responded in kind.
Correct. And my understanding is these guys' checks, which they had on them, I want to say that's true also, they were put on the wall at the. My phone keeps going in and out. They were stuck on the wall with blood on them.
Wow.
And that was used as a reminder as to how best proceed. But
I do remember the Todd Road incident.
yeah, that was a hot topic in the river region for some time.
Yes, it was.
And when the guy that was in there, and I forget his name, I want to say it was Robinson, and he was mayor at the time. I could have that wrong, but and I'm treacherously close here to tale bearing, which is not good. But there was a long list of individuals that ran for mayor, and Emery Farmer edged them out, and was mayor for some time,
Yes, he was.
and did an excellent job, far as I know.
As far as stopping crime, he did. He had total control. He was there at every time something big happened, he was there. I got to give him credit for that. Now, as far as racism, you could say that he was a racist, and you'd probably be right, but I don't know. I'd have to walk in the man's shoes, and I never have.
Greg, I was sitting on my front porch just now, and a thought occurred to me. Are you familiar with Jimbo and Larry? I don't know that they're still playing or not.
Jimbo and Larry.
Yes, I am. And I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Some of those guys have passed away since I've been here. The guys from Harmony.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
That's true. The drummer died, too, yeah.
But, if I'm not mistaken, Jimbo was the bassist, but as Jimbo and Larry, he was playing keys, and Larry was the drummer. And this has been here fairly recently. I'm not sure if they came back since I don't even like to say this, COVID madness.
Yeah.
But they were out there prior to that. What about Eddie Woofer? Is he still walking around?
Boy, that's a good one. I just got a picture of the band, but it was like from a memory album or something. Nostalgia. Tommy Shaw was in the picture. Eddie was in it too, but I honestly, off the top of my head, I'm sure somebody knows. I hope they'll call. I got to run, James. Thank you for the call.
All right.
Take care.
Got Willie on 3.
Willie?
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Great show. Just heard what Terry was saying a few minutes ago about the water and sewer line insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to shed a little light on that.
Please do.
And by no means am I taking up for the mayor, but I don't think he has anything to do with that.
Okay, that's good to know.
I think that's a nationwide scam where the perpetrator sends out these letters and attempts to make people think that they are your local water utility.
Ah, okay.
And they just prey on people that are scared of an unplanned major expense.
Elderly.
And right. So,
wouldn't surprise me a bit.
Well, yeah, and the thing that gets me is we pay into that fund for trash pickup, sewer, water, all of that stuff. You would think that there's a set aside or a budget for those kinds of emergencies, that should not be the fiscal responsibility of the taxpayer. And it does strike you as a scam because it looks like it's an official government document, and they scare the hell out of you. And I hate it.
That's right.
Willie, thank you for the call. Appreciate it.
Line 1. I couldn't understand what he said his name was.
Hello?
Hey, J-Tone.
Yes.
Hey, Eddie Wilson died a couple years ago. He
That's what I thought.
In our rock and roll garage band before he was got with Jabbo and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, several people. Sammy Smith. Yeah, I thought he had passed, but you never want to say that because when you do say it, then the person that you're talking about is going to be alive, and you're going to feel like the village idiot of Montgomery. And I do that often enough without any.
He came back to China, and we had a lot of laughs and all that he died a couple of years ago.
Sammy reminds us that Jimbo Jones played bass, but is also a great keyboardist, and Larry Hawkins, who used to play with Jimbo, no longer does.
What was the drummer's name? Because I raced cars with him.
I'm sorry, our connection is not that good, and I got to run because we've got traffic and weather together here.
Thanks for the heads up.
It was the time. It's 4:22. Holy cow!
I know.
Time is. Have you had a chance to visit Smoky Notes yet?
Lynn and I have eaten there several times. Yeah.
What's your favorite so far?
I love it. The brisket.
Yeah.
Can't beat it.
I'm gonna have to try the Monte Cristo and a few other things there, though.
You got to try it all.
Do the run of the menu
to get the full run of it.
And one thing that we had our News Talk 93.1 group there a couple of weeks ago, and
yes, you did.
While the star items on the menu are like the smash burgers, that's next for me. Monte Cristo or the pulled pork, which you got to try when you go to any barbecue place.
Oh yeah,
it is the ultimate test.
Supposed to be.
But everybody was raving about the sides. You know, a great main dish is nothing without a compliment, and
exactly.
I think it's one of the few restaurants I've seen that actually has a cabbage side dish. A big believer in cabbage.
Yeah, so is Lynn.
And they throw a little Conecuh sausage in there, give it a little kick.
Can never beat Conecuh sausage.
Really delicious. Their mac and cheese is creamy, and it's kind of an Alfredo base, so it's different.
That's the key right there.
The boudin balls are an awesome appetizer. Try those. Green beans. Eat your green beans. It's something that is much easier to do there because they're just so awesome. And have a potato twist or two. They got a great kids menu. It's where the It'll Do Tavern used to be on Northeastern Boulevard. Smoky Bones. They also have live entertainment, and they serve lunch as well.
Yes,
Smoky Bones on the boulevard. All right. We're going to check in with Skipper, Rich's forecast. Got them catching up to do.
We had an accident a little earlier on South Boulevard right in front of Baptist South. Please use caution there. Also, 2600 block Norman Bridge Road. That's going to be in the vicinity of Delano and Norman Bridge. And we've got very heavy traffic around the area. Interstates, Boulevards, Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka reporting light to mostly moderate traffic around the area. At Thompson Tractor, they're proud to offer the all-new Workhorse Special. Take advantage of 0% financing for 36 months on the purchase of a new Cat 255 compact track loader. Only $75,955. Thompson Tractor off I-85 just past Chantilly Parkway. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Truckers, listen up. A $2,500 sign-on bonus only at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Work for a company that puts God and family first. 855-777-9785. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. 9 days till the official start of summertime, but we are deep into a summertime pattern. The risk of any evening storms are very small. Very muggy tonight, overnight low temperature in the middle 70s. Tomorrow, Saturday, I think we're back to the mid-90s with triple-digit heat indices again. But we'll start to see more storms on the radar. I've got the rain chances maybe 40%-ish for many towns, and even better than that by Sunday. But still, some towns get skipped. The highest rain probability is up to about 80% by Monday as a front approaches. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Paid for by McGinnis for Alabama, 203 Investment Lane, Summerdale, Alabama, 36580.
Hillary! Hillary! I'm really feeling my pain. I sure could use a 5-point plan right now.
I'm Christina Warner McKinnis, and we all need the 5-point plan for Alabama farms and families. Better food security. They should be able to buy Alabama rotisserie chicken with SNAP benefits, not margarita mix. Guide more farmers to the millions of dollars in grants they deserve. Protect our farmland from China and promote sweet-grown Alabama for tourism. We need more Alabama food on the plates of our schools and home. It's time to tell the politicians in Montgomery, same old is not working for us.
Christina Warner McKinnis for Agriculture.
I haven't asked the big guy yet, but I have a feeling he'll like the plan.
This 5-point plan is huge, very special. And believe me, I know the 5-point plan. And all the other 5-point plans are horrible, probably made in China.
Tired of spending your weekends fighting weeds, patchy grass, and a mower that never starts? Mosley Lawn Pros is the solution. They handle residential and commercial lawn maintenance, landscaping, cleanups, and property care so you don't have to. They show up on time, do the job right, and leave your lawn looking sharp every time. Stop stressing over your yard and start loving it. When it comes to your lawn, call the crew your neighbors and local businesses trust. One call, one crew, problem solved. Mosley Lawn Pros, built on hard work, driven by quality. Find them today on Facebook or Google.
And this is a painting of my grandfather, the only one he ever had made.
Sometime, take a close look around your house.
This sewing machine was my Aunt Mary's.
If you have possessions that are irreplaceable, consider this. Each year, over 65,000 American homes suffer a fire due to an electrical problem. Are our possessions safe? To know for sure, call Crosby Electric, your exclusive provider of CurrentSafe, the world's foremost home diagnostic system. Using high-tech equipment, Crosby Electric will check your hidden wiring, panel box, light switches, and electrical outlets to pinpoint potential problems and make sure your things are safe.
Oh, my daughter's second-grade art project. I'd die if something happened to this.
Some things can't be replaced by insurance. Don't wait another day. Call 272-2085 for an in-home no-obligation assessment or visit crosbyelectric.com. Don't just think it's safe. Know it's safe. Now you'll be safe with CurrentSafe.
At Montgomery Men's Health, we saw a bunch of patients last month. Almost none came because of an ad. They came because something happened. A fight with a wife who finally said, "Get help." A breakup. A new relationship that made them aware of things they used to ignore. A photo a friend tagged them in. One guy said he just stared at himself in the mirror. And that was enough. If today's your day, call right now. 334-440-3663. I'm Dr. Smith, urologist and advisor to Montgomery Men's Health. Built on almost 15 years of treating men in Alabama, one patient at a time. Dedicated to ED, low T, and male performance. Here's what happens when you call. We book you this week. We'll get a lab in an hour. For ED, we walk you through your real options at the same visit. A plan before you leave. Don't let today turn into next year. Call now, 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
We didn't say it. You did. Guests keep telling us Epicure and Jack's Tavern serves the best steak around. Wet-aged in-house, hand-cut, perfectly cooked. When people talk, we listen, and we keep doing what we do best. We invite you to come experience the difference for yourself soon. Epicure and Jack's Tavern. Come taste what everyone's talking about.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
It's 4:30.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
I never want to hear another moral lecture from those douchebags at Morning Joe. I always knew it was fake. I said it was fake. But now when you see him set up that crap for, you know, these people are absolutely abysmal. And by the way, the hysteria around Trump will not go away. Whoever comes next, that'll be Hitler, that'll be a fascist too, and they will do the same thing. God knows what they might elect next.
Right.
I never want to hear
that's
another
Greg
moral
Gutfeld
lecture
on
from
Plattner.
those douchebags at
Isn't
Morning
it amazing?
Joe. I always knew it was fake.
Democrats
I
who,
said it was
anything they
fake.
don't like
But
is
now when you
Nazi.
see him set up
Yet
that
they
crap
advocate
for,
socialism,
you know,
which was
these people
wasn't
are
that the,
absolutely
That's what Nazi
abysmal.
stood for.
And by the way, the hysteria around Trump will not go away.
must be
Whoever
aware of
comes
that
next,
at some level.
that'll be Hitler. That'll be a fascist too, and they will do the same thing. God knows
So a
what
guy
they
with
might
a
elect
death
next.
camp tattoo or whatever that is, Teutoburg.
I never want to hear another moral lecture from those
Gets the
douchebags
Senate
at Morning
seat.
Joe. I always knew
Are
it was
some
fake.
Democrats,
I said it was
including
fake.
lunatic
But
Tim
now when you
Kaine
see him
and
set up
others
that
who are
crap
saying,
for,
no, this guy has
you
no
know,
business
these
being in the
people
US
are
Senate.
absolutely abysmal.
Women are coming
And
out of the
by the way, the
woodwork with
hysteria
their
around Trump will not
stories,
go
and
away.
apparently he
Whoever
was very
comes
proud
next,
of his wiener because
that'll be
he
Hitler.
liked to send
That'll be a
pictures of it to
fascist too,
anybody
and
that
they will
would
do the
accept it.
same thing.
Even those that
God
didn't
knows
really
what they
ask
might
for it
elect
got it.
next. Right.
Probably not a very
I
good
never want to
trick.
hear another moral lecture
in their
from those
book,
douchebags at Morning Joe.
that's just a
I always
little,
knew it was fake. I said it was fake. But now when you see him set up that crap for, you know, these people are absolutely
They really are.
abysmal. And by the way, the hysteria around Trump will not go away. Whoever comes
Mark
next,
Levin
that'll be
had
Hitler.
the best description of Joe Scarborough. See, it looks like the guy that sat on the log in Deliverance. Let's see what Will Cain has to say about Plattner.
Voters are convinced, and I'm going to give credit to Jesse Waters. It's difficult for me to do so, but I'm going to give credit for Jesse Waters on the 5 the other day. I heard him say, you can attack Graham Plattner's character, but all it's going to do is rally people around him. They know about the Nazi tattoo, they know about his horrible character, and they voted for him anyway. We have to talk about his policies, the way he would affect people's lives, like rapidly phasing out fossil fuels, higher taxes on billionaires, ending what he calls the mass deportation machine, or what his website describes as our government is kidnapping people off the streets. He opposes federal support for private schools, for vouchers, and preaches universal government health care.
God, he is crazy.
Yeah. And I don't get the people. And, in the whole of New England, there was only one Republican person in the House and Senate, and that's Susan Collins.
How's that possible?
I know Maine has had a couple of, I think Paul LePage and a couple of others have been conservative governors, but I just don't understand. And they keep sending Elizabeth Warren back. Would you at least get rid of her?
Please.
That story I told to Brandt was true. She put Spirit Airlines out of business for no other reason than in her twisted mind, she saw that merger with JetBlue as a monopoly. And now 17,000 people have become public burdens because of her. And she just goes on and starts shrieking at the next thing that shows up.
Never a lack of shriekedness.
Let's see. Maybe we should divert to social issues. 12 ways that you can become a difficult woman.
This ought to be good.
Do we have time to start this now? I think we do.
Why not?
A woman on Threads asked, how can I be a more difficult woman? I've never known a woman that had to ask for help with
I was
this.
going to say, she has to ask.
The internet was not shy about giving her some ideas, and here are some of those. Anytime a man has a stupid idea or a half-baked thought, hit them with, okay, and, or bonus points for, yeah, but I knew that as a little girl. Don't move out of the way when men are walking at you. Tell men they'd be prettier if they smiled more. I have been told that by people. Problem is my face. If I'm not smiling, my face can look really serious.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was well known in South Florida, I've told the story before, but I don't know that Terry's heard it.
It's okay. Go ahead.
And I was a household face.
Yes, you were.
I was in Publix down there, and I was studying baked bean options in the store. I wasn't sure what kind I wanted.
I get
So
that.
I'm just staring at all these different baked bean varieties, and a lady comes up to me and says, how come you're not smiling, Sonny? And I looked, and I said, what? She says, well, you're always on the television, and you're always laughing and carrying on. Is something wrong? I said, no, I'm in a very serious study on these various baked beans here, and I'm not sure which one to get. You got a recommendation? I invited her into the process.
Perfect. How'd that work out?
I don't know anything about baked beans.
Oh, she just watches TV.
Yeah. Assume the default is female and specifically point out if it's a male doctor or a male accountant or a male astronaut. We don't need people to make this more difficult.
No.
When a man approaches, you just say, sorry, I don't have any money, and just keep moving.
I like that one.
Tell men, quote, you're smart for a guy.
Ooh.
This is clearly a man-hating.
Uh-huh.
Quote, after you've clearly explained something, stop and blink. Don't fill the void with words.
Void is right.
More advice, how to be a difficult woman. Talk about your period anywhere and everywhere. I don't want to hear that. I will go away. I'm sorry. I understand this is life and and all of that. I know why it happens. I'm just not going to stick around and have a conversation about it.
No. Who is?
Agree with a man's compliment of you. They hate that. I don't know about that one. Interrupt annoying men when they're speaking. Bonus points if it's a totally unrelated topic. Make no is a complete sentence your new motto. Stop taking others' feelings, likes, and tastes into consideration. Cook the meals you like. Get the pink flamingos. Dress for yourself. This clearly was a collaboration of a lot of angry, lonely women who probably haven't
Democrats
done that.
Got to be, those broads are Democrats.
Well, how do you, when you look at the female Democrats in Congress,
says it all, doesn't it?
A lot of hot stuff in there, isn't there?
Yeehaw.
All right. Let's see. Let me get a word in for Dana Delkin. Now, these are tremendous women. And one of the things, by the way, they want the truth and they speak the truth. So if you're in a crisis, that's exactly what you need. Somebody who will cut through the chase, the emotional excesses, get to the gist of your situation, and show you the way out. How you move on with your life, how you put the past where it belongs and move into a future and get through the crisis at hand. Could be a divorce, could be somebody inviting themselves back into your life, looking for a change on a deal you've already signed off. All this stuff can turn you inside out, mentally and emotionally. Don't let it take control of you. You take control of it by giving it to them. That's their job. They have the experience, hundreds of cases. They have the legal wisdom. But it's the leadership, the look. Okay, they take in whatever the facts of your situation are. Here's where you're at. Here's where you want to be. This is how we're going to get you there. Follow along. You need that at times. Somebody who can take charge and lay out the circumstances and see you through it.
Keep emotions out of it.
They can help if you're running into roadblocks with adoption, blended families, or you need a will done. In fact, Jacqueline is going to be stopping by one of these days, maybe next week on the morning show, and help me update mine. Not that I have a lot to leave, but you know what I'm saying.
I do, sir.
Delkin Tomlinson, attorneys at law. For a consultation, reach out at 819-4810 in the 334 area code, 819-4810, or visit this web address, thealabamafamilylawyers.com, for Delkin Tomlinson, attorneys at law.
Representation is made that the quality of legal services performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
All right, let's check in with Skipper. 1819 News is next.
Well, this just in. We got a major backup on I-85 southbound. Got an accident right near South Union. Multiple vehicles involved in that accident. Traffic is creeping and stacking on 85 southbound. You might want to go ahead and take an alternate route, especially if you're near Perry Hill. I would imagine this backup is going to stretch way back before they get this cleared. Light to mostly moderate traffic everywhere else. We will keep you updated. Come by Thompson Tractor in Montgomery and check out their incredible selection of used equipment at their used equipment sales center. See the machines that get the big jobs done. Thompson Tractor off I-85 just past Chantilly Parkway. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Budget Floors and More, your new best friend.
1819 News.
U.S. Congressman Barry Moore has gone on FM Talk 106.5 out of Mobile to put to rest the questions about his military service. Moore has been accused of not fulfilling the necessary time and requirements to be considered a veteran. Moore says there are two major qualifications to become a veteran, and he meets both.
Number one, you have to serve on active duty, which basic training was active duty. Secondly, you have to be honorably discharged. I was honorably discharged, and so I absolutely fit the requirements if you look at the Veterans Administration for a veteran.
The other thing that comes up is the DD-214. What's the circumstances there?
Yeah, so a lot of National Guard and Reservists, they get an NG-22, and so you won't get a 214 unless you're deployed over a period of time. And I think if you're injured when you're deployed, you might get a DD-214. But Guard and Reserve, I've talked to so many of them. Matter of fact, my dad was an 03 captain in the Guard. He doesn't think he has a DD-214. He served 14 years, and I talked to a retired Guardsman, had over 34 years. He didn't have one. And so if you don't deploy and you don't do consistent active service, I think it's 90 days, you won't have Guard and Reservemen will not have a DD-214, and anybody who knows much about the military should be aware of that.
Moore is in a Republican runoff race against former Navy SEAL Jared Hudson in the U.S. Senate seat race. The runoff election is this coming Tuesday. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
The news cycle can be overwhelming, to say the least. Andrea Tice cuts through all the noise with the Daily Detail from 1819 News, Alabama and national news in just 10 to 15 minutes. What you need to know before you start your day. Find the Daily Detail wherever you get your podcast.
The mayor of Anniston, along with city leaders, have put a hold on any data centers being developed in that area. Mayor Sierra Smith Rawson says that leadership must make sure future growth is strategic and beneficial. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Hardwood, tile, carpet, flooring tools, and installation supplies. Find it all at Budget Floors and More in Montgomery. Big selection, contractor pricing, and personal service you won't find at the big boxes. Across from Publix in Del Reyta and online at budgetfloorsmgm.com.
Democrats invited an illegal invasion of our borders and ballot boxes. That's their plan to stop Trump. Block the Save America Act requiring citizenship to vote. And Rhino Jared Hudson, he stands with them, working against President Trump. Hudson backs a Senate rule letting Democrats block the Save America Act, paving the way for illegals diluting our elections, drowning out Alabama voices. It's no wonder why Hudson's already caving to open-border Trump-hating Democrats. They're bankrolling his campaign. Hudson took over $32,000 from the same liberals who bankrolled Kamala Harris. Worse, Biden-Harris donors are funding a super PAC that spent $600,000 propping up Jared Hudson. Bought by Democrats, siding with Democrats. Alabama doesn't need a rhino rookie senator betraying President Trump like Jared Hudson. Alabama Freedom Fund is responsible for the content of this ad, paid for by Alabama Freedom Fund, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. AlabamaFreedomFund.com.
Dewan Walker has been an Alabama Power customer since 1999.
We're being squeezed on every side. We hear about Alabama Power freezing their rates. That's the best news we can get. Alabama Power rate freeze will provide real relief for Alabama working families. Alabama Power is protecting their customers by making data centers pay their full costs. It makes me feel at peace. Alabama Power is really stepping up and doing what's right for customers.
Paid for by McGinnis for Alabama, 203 Investment Lane, Summerdale, Alabama, 36580.
Hillary, I'm really feeling my pain. I sure could use a 5-point plan right now.
I'm Christina Warner McInnes, and we all need the 5-point plan for Alabama farms and families. Better food security. They should be able to buy Alabama rotisserie chicken with SNAP benefits, not margarita mix. Guide more farmers to the millions of dollars in grants they deserve. Protect our farmland from China and promote sweet-grown Alabama for tourism. We need more Alabama food on the plates of our schools and home. It's time to tell the politicians in Montgomery, same old is not working for us.
Christina Warner McKittis for Agriculture.
I haven't asked the big guy yet, but I have a feeling he'll like the plan.
This 5-point plan is huge, very special. And believe me, I know the 5-point plan. And all the other 5-point plans are horrible, probably made in China.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Clark Heating, Air and Plumbing. It's time to schedule your spring tune-up with Clark Heating, Air and Plumbing. Don't wait. Schedule today. Give them a call at 334-277-2125. Alabama certification number 88007.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. 9 days till the official start of summertime, but we are deep into a summertime pattern. The risk of any evening storms are very small. Very muggy tonight, overnight low temperature in the middle 70s. Tomorrow, Saturday, I think we're back to the mid-90s with triple-digit heat indices again. But we'll start to see more storms on the radar. I've got the rain chances maybe 40%-ish for many towns, and even better than that by Sunday. But still, some towns get skipped. The highest rain probability is up to about 80% by Monday as a front approaches. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Sometimes I make some money doing comedy. I made $3,000 opening for the Neville Brothers, and they paid me in cash, so I had $3,000 in my front pocket. That was a bad situation, because then I started to buy ridiculous shit. I bought a snake bite emergency repair kit. Then I said to my friends, don't even worry about snakes anymore. And then my friend stepped on a worm. I said, lay down. Snake bite emergency repair kit is a body bag. I was walking down the street with my friend and he said, I hear music. As though there's any other way you can take it in. You're not special. That's how I receive it too. I tried to taste it, but it did not work. You know they call corn on the cob, right? But that's how it comes out of the ground, man. They should call that corn. They should call every other version corn off the cob. It's not like if you cut off my arm, you would call my arm Mitch. But then reattach it and call it Mitch altogether.
All right, I was trying to do a Facebook post, and our internet is running slow, but we have to wish some congratulations this afternoon.
Ooh. Who would congratulate?
And it's somebody you know as well because he used to wait our table at Baumhauer's. Charles Hollis.
Yeah.
He and his wife celebrating 50.
Whoa.
50 years of marriage.
Oh, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. For a cheerful toast and fill it, happy anniversary. But be careful you don't fill it, happy anniversary. Oh, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
And he's at Epicure now, which is a really great restaurant. And saw him just a couple of weeks ago.
50 years.
He's an awesome server and very engaging. And we wish you another 50 years.
Amen.
He was also my first caller on this show.
Really?
When we started back on August 29th. Oh, God, you're old, Budell. August 29th, 2005. And I want to thank the Movie Maven for forwarding that post so we could invite everybody to celebrate with them.
Wow. 50 years.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, it is. That's massive. That's incredible.
All right. By the way, earlier in the show, we were talking about city council and getting things done and the fact that the repaving of Atlanta Highway was approved over a year ago and nothing's been done, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of folks have called to talk about Julie Beard. My friend Marianne says Julie Beard is wonderful for us in District 2. Yes, she would be a great mayor.
Yep. I got to tell you,
I got to move where Julie Beard is.
well, when it comes to a woman in power, there's a lot of very good attributes women have, men don't. Number one, they don't let their ego get in the way. And I would love to see, like Margaret Thatcher, I would love to see a powerful woman be president. It wouldn't bother me at all. I think it'd be great. It's just my opinion.
Why don't we have more of these? I mean, so many people above and beyond Marianne have sent a note praising her, and that's great.
And
I
she
never
is
said
good.
she wasn't.
Right.
But the city council as an entity doesn't seem to be able to.
They can't seem to get anything done.
Yeah.
I don't know if half of them's in league with the mayor, and that's the problem. I don't know. The problem. One of the biggest problems is you're not going to be able to pass any kind of legitimate legislation because most of these guys are lawyers, and they don't want to affect their own business, like business licenses. You got lawyers out there that are making $200 or $300 million on cases, but yet they pay like a fixed $250 business fee, business license. Mine's based on my gross sales. I paid over $5,000 to do business in Montgomery a year. If they did that with these guys and taxed them or based it on their gross, then they could earn a lot more money for the city and it'd be a lot more fair. But they're not going to.
But would they leave the city?
Don't know. It's a good question.
I always thought I wanted to be a city councilman or even a mayor, but I don't.
Not these days. Not anymore.
I mean, our friend Tom Moore, who will not be with us Monday when we have David Blackman on because he's got a family commitment, but this guy, he would be a dynamo as a mayor. But even Tom, I think, when you walk into a situation, whatever the situation is, and it's left behind by the preceding mayor,
oh boy,
how long would it take to unravel that, find out where all the skeletons are?
Yep. It's not good.
Not a job I would want to have, but let's hope. I mean, it seems like we talk about Senator Tuberville. There's a guy who I believe, in my heart, went to D.C. with full intention of being a great public servant.
Trying to change.
And he's been. But he, like so many others, has run into the club, of which he's not a member because he's not a career politician.
Right.
You know, in this business, media, I remember this very early on. Greg, you haven't paid your dues yet. Well, how do I do that? How do I pay my? Well, you got to get some experience. Well, if you don't hire me, how am I going to get experience to pay my dues?
That happens not just in radio, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's true. But we don't need it in our political class.
No.
But it is obviously deeply entrenched.
I agree.
And thanks to everybody that has sent in very hearty and uncompromising endorsements for Barry Moore on the issue that's come up, stolen valor. And if he's being charged with that and it's not true,
ooh,
there should be a system where an apology has to be issued.
Yeah.
And at the same volume and frequency that the...
but what if it costs him the election?
I don't think it will. One thing I've learned about people of Alabama and here in the river region is they just don't mindlessly accept what they see in a TV commercial.
Been burned too many times.
They do their own digging, or they'll talk to friends. They'll do a little research if there's any shred of doubt.
Yeah.
But they always, I think, especially with conservatives, they vote with their heart.
True.
And you can't win the conservative heart without facts.
True. Very true.
Liberals, let's vote for Graham Plattner. He's not a Nazi, even with that tattoo. He's not a misogynist, even though there's dozens of women coming out that say he abused them at one level or another.
These people just...
I got to tell you, that is a sad situation when you think about it.
To say the least.
Anyway, that whole segment started with a congrats to Charles Hollis. He and his wife celebrating 50 years. And yes, we do take time to mention those things on this show.
I used to see Charles every now and then at the casino in Wetumpka, but I hadn't seen him in a while. He's a good guy.
There's a post by Spencer Pratt that I got to check out. our great virtual producer, Mark Cumbie, who's been facing some health challenges. We appreciate
I
it,
hate
Mark.
to hear that.
Yes, I do too. And keep him in your thoughts and prayers.
I will pray for him.
This looks like an interesting clip from Fox on Tulsi Gabbard and the release of the biolab file.
National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard has just released new evidence of a U.S. taxpayer-funded biolab network that she says includes more than 120 labs stretching across 30 countries. Our chief congressional correspondent, Chad Pergram, reports. He's live on Capitol Hill for us. Hey, Chad.
John, good afternoon. The debate about biolabs dates back to the pandemic. Gabbard says the government funded these labs despite testimony to the contrary. Many contained dangerous pathogens, plus the labs conducted gain-of-function research.
As the information surrounding the existence, history, locations, and funding of these U.S.-funded biolabs has been intentionally covered up by very powerful people who falsely claimed that these biolabs didn't exist.
Gain of function is an effort to enhance the genetic codes of organisms.
That's right.
This helps doctors understand the organism to develop vaccines.
Or weapons.
Questions remain whether COVID-19 originated in a lab, which conducted gain of function research. Gabbard says there's worry about the security of these labs. Some are in Ukraine. That's risky because of the war with Russia.
Politicians and so-called health professionals like Dr. Fauci, as well as entities within the Biden administration's national security team, lied repeatedly to the American people about the existence of U.S.-funded and supported biolabs. Not only did they lie, they threatened those who attempted to expose the truth.
Yeah.
Dr. Anthony Fauci long studied gain of function when he worked at NIH.
That guy belongs in jail.
Why is he not in jail?
I don't know. But that whole thing needs to come out. There are still people terrified of COVID. Still people, you see them
wearing masks
in their cars.
No, I don't get it.
That is insane. All we needed to do was be a little more hygienic and trust our immune systems. And people who were hurt or who died with COVID were at risk. It happens with the flu. Did you notice that the flu took a whole year off?
Oh, yeah, exactly. There were no cases of it.
And why? Because they monetized COVID.
Yes, they did.
And if you died from that, the hospital got a lot more money.
Yep, especially if they put you on a
Which
ventilator.
was the corrupt end of the government saying thank you for helping perpetuate our fraud.
Yep, it's all about control, Greg.
It gets exasperating after a while.
Tell me about it.
All right, we are reaching the pinnacle of the no, the pinnacle would be later in the 5 o'clock hour. We're reaching the end of the 4 o'clock hour.
There you go.
Is what we're doing.
Yeah, I like it.
So we got Skipper with traffic, Wall Street Business, Salem Radio Network News, all ahead.
Well, if you are on I-85 southbound running into a little bit of a slowdown in traffic around Ann Street just before, that is due to an accident that occurred earlier near South Union. Some quick thinking Montgomery police officers have got traffic moving. Traffic is trying to recover, so just kind of wait it out. You should get moving momentarily. Everywhere else, very busy traffic this afternoon. Keep it here. We'll keep you updated. Davis Store and Sash is your trusted source for quality replacement windows and doors. Save 10% on materials when you mention this ad. Visit Davis Store and SashAlabama.com or call 334-288-6010. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew. Elon Musk has become the world's first ever trillionaire as investors snatched up IPO shares of his SpaceX rocket company. He says the real goal is to make life multiplanetary.
We want to be able to take anyone who wants to go to the moon, anyone who wants to go to Mars, or anyone in the solar system, and maybe beyond the solar system at some point. We want to be able to take you there. Not just a few astronauts. I mean, you.
Musk says SpaceX is going public because it needs money to fund its ambitious projects, which include putting satellites and data centers in space and eventually a colony on Mars. Stocks rose after oil prices fell again, and SpaceX soared in its highly anticipated debut on Wall Street. At the closing bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average had gained 353 points, the S&P up 37, and the NASDAQ gained 79. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew.
I'm Stephanie Bryan, chairwoman of the Porch Creek Indians. Tourism and hospitality are more than industries to the Porch Creek Indians. Providing a warm welcome is part of our heritage. It's central to who we are. From Atmore to Aruba, we've created more than 20 unique travel and tourism destinations, providing unforgettable guest experiences and life-changing career opportunities for our tribe and our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. Learn more at porchcreekindians.org.
We're talking with Dr. Clark McLemore at McLemore Dentistry. Implant Day coming up on Wednesday, July 29th.
This will be the third year that we've done Implant Day. It is a phenomenal opportunity for big savings and a lot of fun, actually. Most people don't associate the dentist office with being fun, but it is a fun day. We have a lot of giveaways. It's a great opportunity to come, talk, let us see what kind of solutions are available, and save a bunch of money.
Book your spot today. Call 277-9570 or visit drmclemore.com.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Today is June 12th, National Jerky Day. It is a day to enjoy the two best things about beef jerky, eating it and playing practical jokes on a mythical beast that could clearly devour you like a stick of jerky. Don't mess with Sasquatch on National Jerky Day.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Authorities in Texas say a man who opened fire in a shooting that left 1 dead and 10 injured had shot at police just days earlier during a chase. Texas officials say the suspect began firing shots at officers and bystanders in Midland, Texas on Friday morning before barricading himself inside an abandoned veterinary clinic. The Texas Department of Public Safety identified him as 45-year-old Victor Mata Villarreal. Police say he was found dead a few hours after the shooting began. Pakistan's prime minister says the United States and Iran have agreed to wording of an agreement aimed at ending their war in the Middle East. Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said in a social media post Friday that mediators are working with both sides to finalize a deal. More details at srnnews.com.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want, so what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage.
I do have a wife. I got married. My wife changed her name. I know some women have a problem with that, but I wanted her to have my old girlfriend's name. So call me old-fashioned, but this fella does what the Bible tells. The Bible doesn't say that at all. He's dumb as a rock. I think my wife's parents like me, though, because apparently when you meet someone's mother, you're not supposed to hug her and go, oh, yeah, this feels right. And if their dad's short, don't try and pick them up. You're like a little baby, Daddy. Daddy. This guy's weird. We're all a little weird, but we like to think there's someone weirder. I'm sure some of you are looking at me going, well, at least I'm not as weird as Gaff again. Now I'm thinking, well, at least I'm not as weird as those people in the loony bin. And the people in the loony bin are going, well, at least I'm an orange.
It is 6 minutes after 5 o'clock on News Talk 93.1 FM. Final hour on Friday with Terry Adams, Greg Bedell, and we do a lot of stand-up today.
We do.
And remind me, I want to talk about Chevy Chase in a minute.
Oh, yeah. Chevy
I work at your company.
And this is?
This is Brandon.
Brandon, what can we do for you?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to let people be aware of a scam that me and my wife got scammed today for $2,000. People are calling. They called my pregnant wife this morning saying our Mancoon cat was hit by a car, and he was at the Montgomery veterinary pretending to be the vet.
Oh, man.
So we rushed over to the vet, and he's not there. So the veterinary told us there's one more clinic to go try, which was Carriage Hill. So we rushed over to Carriage Hill, and he's not there. So my wife ended up calling the number that they texted her off of, and next thing you know, they pretended to be the police department and scammed us for quite a bit of money, and our cat is still missing.
Oh, man. Do you have any recourse to get it back?
We are trying. We had to call the Montgomery police and have them show up at the house today, and gave them the number that the people texted us off of, and they emailed us with their personal email.
I think if you launch a fraud charge, even if they have nobody to charge, you should be able. Your bank should be able to back you on that.
Mm-hmm.
They should be able to claw that money back. So I hope they do, because this is just pure effing evil to hit people over a pet.
Yeah, that's just so not cool.
And because with that, are you going to take a chance?
No. And then after the cops left, they called and threatened my wife again.
Oh, my God.
No. Got to put a stop to that.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
Make sure you keep the police in the loop. Man, this makes me sick.
Me too. It makes me mad.
Yeah. I am so sorry that this happened to you, my friend.
Threatened your wife?
It's okay. Yeah. Gary's wife is the one that gave me your guys' number to call you guys and get on here live and let you guys know what's going on.
Glad you did. And if anybody has any additional information or has heard of this scam or others that were victims of it, please let us know at 272-9228.
Need to be up to speed on it.
Wow. God bless you, man. I hope everything eventually works out right. What a horrible thing.
Thank you guys very much, and I hope you guys have the rest of a great day.
You too.
That's unreal.
I don't know that I could call her. I would be so freaking angry. I would be literally unable to talk.
Yeah. It's like load up the shotgun.
Think about the ghoulless, soulless people who would do something like that. This is how we're going to make some money. This is how we're going to do it. That's cruelty. That's just flat out cruelty.
My first thought is, did they abduct the people's cat? Did they get their cat? Haven't found the cat yet. That's what really concerns me now is, where's the cat? Let's just hope he's off doing cat things and he'll come back. Usually they do.
Yeah. I have a cat now, so I totally understand.
I love cats. Cats rock.
Pussycat. I never call her by her name. And she loves me because I spoil her like I would a dog.
Sure. You're supposed to.
And
you're a good parent.
She thinks I'm pretty cool.
I'm sure she does. And you are pretty cool, Greg. Pretty cool guy.
I'm sorry. I'm just, sometimes we get a call and you just can't internalize the emotional reaction you have.
Nothing surprises me anymore. You know, that's how bad it's gotten. Nothing really surprises me. Makes me mad, but it doesn't surprise me.
Pray for the guy. And hopefully he may have spared somebody else from going through the same situation.
Yeah.
By calling us this afternoon. Lots of stand-up ahead here on News Talk 93.1 FM. Let me mention Montgomery Men's Health, because in this wilting heat, you have to be out there too long to feel drained of whatever energy you have left at the end of the day.
Amen.
But there could be another factor in that, and that could be a low testosterone level. And guys, it happens. There's no formula. Everybody's body is different, and it can have everything to do with your work schedule, how you eat, how much you might drink or what you drink, and things like that. The point being, if the number is low, it can be fixed. And Montgomery Men's Health is a medical facility with a board-certified urologist and FDA-approved treatments that can turn that around. It's really cool because if your T level is low, they can adjust it and the change kicks in quickly and you experience this great rejuvenation.
Awesome.
They have solutions for ED and PE that are not widely known, but medical and incredibly effective. They've even helped guys with issues about size. So whatever the situation is, know this, you're not alone, and there's people, it's a great staff over there. They're more than eager to help. Reach out for an appointment for the $99 T-test at 334-440-3663. 334-440-3663, or learn more online. In fact, you can book the appointment there at MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. That is MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. It's 12 minutes after 5 o'clock. Lots of stand-up this hour. And when we come back, I want to talk about Chevy Chase. And I think I have a good reason for doing that.
Traffic is brought to you by Victoryland. The winning is 24/7 at Victoryland. Go where the winners go every day, and you can be a winner too. Victoryland, I-85, exit 22 shorter, admission 19 and over.
By the way, before we get to Skipper, I want to check the temperature real quick.
Well, whatever it says, you can add 10 degrees to it.
Well, yesterday we got lucky. We had a fat-ass cloud that parked itself between the sun and us.
Yay.
So we were in the shade, and the car was not sizzling hot when I got into it. It is 91, and it feels like 99.
Yep.
And it's 5:12. It's still, it seems like it's late in the day, but there you go. All right. What's happening on the roads, my friend Skipper?
Good point.
We are busy everywhere right now. Interstates, boulevards, I-65 and 85, very busy through the interchange. And, of course, busy conditions in Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka as well. Traffic flow is good, though. Folks are getting where they need to be. Just be safe. We will keep you updated. Davis Door and Sash has quality replacement windows and doors. Save 10% on materials by mentioning this ad. Visit DavisDoorandSashAlabama.com. Call 334-288-6010. Buckle up with Jim Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
Trust is the number one reason why a patient chooses a healthcare provider. Adams Drugs has been your trusted healthcare provider since 1962 and has been voted the number one pharmacy in the River region for many years. We strive each and every day to provide you the level of healthcare you have come to expect from Adams Drugs. The employees at Adams Drugs take pride in developing relationships with their patients, from making sure your prescriptions are filled correctly to getting to know you and your family's needs and following up on any questions you may have. Adams Drugs employees deliver top-notch service. We ask you to visit us at any of our locations in Montgomery, Prattville, Wetumpka, Millbrook, and Pine Level Marbury and give us a chance to earn your business. You can find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
Paid for by McGinnis for Alabama, 203 Investment Lane, Summerdale, Alabama, 36580.
Hillary! Hillary! I'm really feeling my pain. I sure could use a 5-point plan right now.
I'm Christina Warner McInnes, and we all need the 5-point plan for Alabama farms and families. Better food security. They should be able to buy Alabama rotisserie chicken with SNAP benefits, not margarita mix. Guide more farmers to the millions of dollars in grants they deserve. Protect our farmland from China and promote sweet-grown Alabama for tourism. We need more Alabama food on the plates of our schools and home. It's time to tell the politicians in Montgomery, same old is not working for us.
Christina Warner McInnes for Agriculture.
I haven't asked the big guy yet, but I have a feeling he'll like the plan.
This 5-point plan is huge, very special. And believe me, I know the 5-point plan. And all the other 5-point plans are horrible, probably made in China.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Well, hi, everybody. 9 days till the official start of summertime, but we are deep into a summertime pattern. The risk of any evening storms are very small. Very muggy tonight, overnight low temperature in the middle 70s. Tomorrow, Saturday, I think we're back to the mid-90s with triple-digit heat indices again, but we'll start to see more storms on the radar. I've got the rain chances maybe 40%-ish for many towns, and even better than that by Sunday. But still, some towns get skipped. The highest rain probability is up to about 80% by Monday as a front approaches. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Life's a beach with an ASE loan financing the fun you deserve. It's your summer, your way. ASE has the funds. Apply online or at any of our 9 locations.
ASE Credit Union. Your life, your culture.
Federally insured by NCUA.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertiser.
I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11.
Yay, fun!
When news happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
I feel like a cigarette. You can't smoke anymore. It's sad, right? I like smoking because when you smoke, you know what you won't be doing tomorrow. Like kayaking and bungee jumping and bike riding and mountain climbing. I had a hat blow off in a strong wind. I'm like, I'll get another one. I ain't moving for nothing. Sometimes you need a cigarette, though, right? Like after sex, you want a cigarette. You don't roll off someone and go, ooh, that was amazing. Skittles? Would you like a Skittle? How about a Jolly Rancher, baby? You want a Jolly Rancher?
That's David Tell. I like to play that every once in a while. I was at the doctor this morning, and I mentioned, you remember the name Dr. McCullough. He was one of the first to fight back or push back on the whole COVID narrative, which we discussed earlier in the show. And he did an interview recently, and the interviewer asked, is there any group that is particularly immune to COVID? And he said, you're going to laugh, but smokers.
Yeah.
I never got it.
Yeah, I understand it. I didn't get it either. It's because our lung tissue's
But in 2020... during COVID, when we were buying into the fear and loathing and all that stuff, I saw an article about a study from France that said that.
Mm-hmm.
And it got no publicity because I guess they were afraid that people might smoke to keep the COVID monster away.
Yeah.
But McCullough just confirmed that. And I put it on Facebook and got a ton of response, too.
Well, one thing that's always bothered me is depopulation is one of the keys of, that's what the New World Order and these crazy people, that's been their agenda from day one. And I've always wondered, well, why are they pushing, because smoking kills, right? Ultimately, why are they so adamant to stop us from smoking if they want us dead? So there has to be a reason. I think that's one of them. It's harder for us to get infected because the stuff that's raining down on us from the chemtrails, when we breathe it in, it hits the olfactory, goes through the lung tissue, hits the olfactory, crosses the blood-brain barrier. But when you're a smoker and your lung tissue's hardened, it's harder for it to penetrate it, and usually it can't. So we're protected from that.
Yeah, we got tough lungs, man.
Yeah, we have tough lungs, man. That's right.
I was talking to a nurse over at the cancer center about that today.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd she say?
She was drawing out a gallon of blood. No, you know what? I want to take a moment because whatever you're going there for, and they treat a lot of different things.
Yeah, they do.
The staff there is really awesome. The customer service is really good, whether you're getting, your blood draw or whatever. There's some real top-notch folks that work at that place.
And big-hearted people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mentioned I wanted to talk about Chevy Chase.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear this.
Now, I don't mean to exclude the younger end of our audience, but I'm sure he's still pretty well known to many, especially those who embrace Christmas Vacation as the classic. And there's a documentary, I think it's on HBO Max, called I'm Chevy Chase and You're Not.
Yeah, his famous tagline.
Yeah. And I've watched it, and it only made me like him and admire him more. And I'll explain why. His reputation among a lot of people is terrible, especially those he worked with.
Hard to work with, yeah.
But I think I understand the issue. First of all, going back to SNL, I had a pretty good instinct for that, and I, like so many, maybe you too, fell in love with that show as soon as it came out. Man, because with Saturday Night Live, there were no sacred cows.
Nope.
Anything and anybody was on the table.
Fair game, baby.
Exactly.
Yes, I love that.
And you know why it's not funny anymore? Because they have nothing but sacred cows, and that leaves a very limited field for within which to play. Of course, Donald Trump is never going to be a sacred cow, but they've lost the ability to be funny about him without coming off as just angry libtards. It's not funny.
I agree.
We have comedy services, bit services for the morning show. The stuff they produce, that it's anything related to Trump, has that TDS streak in it, and it's not funny. I've tried to tell them this too, because I was wise to them early on when he first announced he was running back in 2015. They were laughing their asses off. What a joke!
Yeah,
and much to their horror, I guess, he became president, and they've done nothing but try to rip him, just like the rest of the. And one of them is in California. They have nothing but TDS out there. It's so sad while their city rots.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chevy Chase was clearly the star of that show back in 75.
When he first started. Yes, sir, he was.
And I had only seen a few episodes when I remember telling friends, he's not going to be on the show very long. Somebody's going to put him in the next level. And I was right. I think it was 4 episodes into the second season of SNL, he left.
Yeah.
And the first thing he did was make a movie with Goldie Hawn called Foul Play.
That's right.
And by the way, if you just like a movie that you can enjoy, not think too hard, it's not a perfect movie, but it's certainly watchable. You might want to check that out, because who doesn't love Goldie? And she and Chevy Chase have good chemistry in it. And there are glimpses of him. He was a very handsome young man as a matinee idol. But in the ascent to fame, suddenly, he was a widely known comic in that universe with the Lampoon crowd in New York and all of that. But some of the things that got him into trouble were jokes, humor he would deploy back in 75 or 6, when that's how everything was. There was no woke. There was no political correctness.
That's right.
And there were some younger people that took great offense at his behavior. And anybody can be a jerk. I get it. I'm not making excuses for him. But I hope those of you who were fans of him, or maybe you've heard about some of the documentary gets into his addictions to pills, some problems with alcohol and all of that kind of stuff. It doesn't get bogged down in it. It's just part of his story. But I would love for somebody who has either seen it or makes a mental note to watch it this weekend and let me know how it impacted your feelings about him.
Yeah. Now, I loved Fletch. I thought Fletch, that was him at his best. His sarcastic, it was great Chevy Chase.
Yeah, that was a great character for him.
It was.
But the one that brings a tear to my eye is Clark Griswold. Nobody else could have played Clark Griswold. And what is Clark Griswold? Clark is the guy that wants every occasion for his family to be special.
Exactly.
And anybody that's a dad, like me and so many others, knows that urge, that desire to create the perfect event. And you can never quite do it.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to know.
But the point is, you're trying. And there's a reason why that movie is so beloved. I mean, in the documentary, every year he does a tour with that movie. Hey, Sammy Smith, if you're listening, maybe you can get Chevy to come to Impact like you did with what's his name from the Christmas Story movie.
Yeah.
Last year, and host a showing of the film and then a Q&A afterwards.
That would be awesome.
I would pay top dollar for that opportunity.
Me too.
And it's great for him. He says, one thing when you make movies, you don't get to hear the applause. It's not like you get that immediate feedback like when you're doing comedy or in front of the Saturday Night Live audience. But the net sum of this documentary was I love him even more. because his humanity is there. Now he's 82 years old.
Unreal. That's right,
82.
Rusty.
And he, because of his physical issues and stuff, he got hooked on the pain pills because he did all those pratfalls on SNL, and he got hurt, particularly the one where he fell on a Christmas tree. Wow. I think playing Gerald Ford or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And those can get you hooked.
Yep.
But I don't think, in fact, they screwed him when they had that 50th anniversary SNL show. I think it was last year. I was looking forward to that. It was such a letdown. And the biggest mistake they made was not having him open the show like he did the very first time live from New York at Saturday night. That should have been his.
I agree.
But the little bitter politics and all the people, he's not woke. And, that's why your show sucks, because you put woke over entertainment.
That first ensemble to me was the best. Garrett Morris, Belushi, Aykroyd, Jane Curtin. It was perfect.
When Lauren came back to the show after a 5-year absence, he found some great people, Phil Hartman, Chris Farley. There were some really good players there in the late 80s. Dennis Miller, late 80s. Norm Macdonald.
Exactly, old Norm.
But since?
No, it's terrible.
Nothing.
Vince is on line one.
Hey, Vince.
Hey, Greg. Hey, I've been listening to you talk about, Jerry had mentioned the chemtrails, and I've heard him talk about those before.
Yes.
And I was out to dinner last night and with several friends, and we're all 60s, early 70s, and we were talking about, I've got a brother and a sister that's got the dementia or Alzheimer's. I don't know which one it is, but one of the two. And then one of the guy's sisters had it, and another one's a friend of theirs, a friend of ours, her daddy has it. And we were talking and saying, 50 years ago, we didn't hear of a dementia.
Exactly.
I mean,
very rarely.
Very
Same with
rarely.
autism.
And,
Same with autism.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's just probably true with a lot of things. But I just wondered, with the chemtrail issue, has there been any documented science behind that causing any kind of disease or anything?
Okay. If you Google the rate of autism and Alzheimer's, you'll see that they have gone up exponentially in the last 2 decades. I mean, they've just skyrocketed.
Sure, yeah, I believe
Now,
that.
they
I
believe,
that.
they don't know, at least they're not telling us, but they believe aluminum plays a very large role
Yeah,
in
I've
both
heard
of
that.
those. Now,
Yeah.
chemtrails, the 3 components that are consistent in air, soil, and water samples from heavily chemtrailed areas are aluminum, barium, and strontium. So that's what they
That's
believe.
one of
A
the
lot of people
ingredients
believe it.
in
Yeah. Yes.
That's one of the ingredients in chemtrails.
Yes. Aluminum.
Now, every time you see a jet up there in the sky and it's got the trail behind it, is that always going to be chemtrails, or is that something else?
No, there are vapor
Or could it be
trails.
something
They're called condensation trails. And a few years ago, like 25 years ago, when I first started noticing this, I Googled it. And one of the first hits was NASA. So I thought, who would know better than NASA? So I go to the website and it says, condensation trails are formed when water molecules in unburned jet exhaust hit the troposphere, -20 Celsius, and instantly become ice crystals. Then it went on to say, contrails dissipate immediately, although some have been known to last for up to a minute. And it concluded by saying condensation trails are extremely rare in the southern United States. For what it's worth. That's what NASA said. Now, if you go look at it now, they don't say that. Now they talk about persistent contrails, which I've never heard of. So, no, not everyone you see is a contrail, and not everyone you see is a chemtrail. If it stays up there, and spreads out into a cloud, it's a chemtrail.
Okay, that's the difference between the two.
It's the easiest way to tell, yes.
They flatten out as they
another
sink.
thing, on the other subject you were talking about is smokers and COVID. Now, would that pertain to pot smokers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
not
think.
getting the COVID?
Probably more so, yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean,
Yeah, it's harsher than processed tobacco, yeah.
Right. And I guess there's some science behind that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay, well, I appreciate your time. And
Hey,
you
I
guys
love
have
the
a-
story.
have a
I'm
good
glad you
weekend.
called and asked, and and we hope to hear from you again. By the way, we spent a lot of time discussing the chemtrails, and I've got friends who study them as well, and I can tell I'm very good at knowing the difference between a vapor trail and a chemtrail.
Yep.
But the guy that took that and nailed the coffin in the conspiracy theory side, those don't exist, was David Blackman. He's done his own research. He, in the oil and gas business and through his contacts in D.C., he said there's no doubt that they're spraying.
Oh, no. You know, my brother-in-law, who's retired colonel, he fought me over this, and now he's finally realized, actually, he's apologized to me. Said, you were right.
Yeah.
And it
Well,
felt
look
good.
at all the so-called conspiracy theories in the time you and I have known each other that have turned out to be true.
Exactly. There are none. They're all true now.
Yeah, I've seen that meme go around. I'm looking for some new conspiracy theories because my old ones all came to pass. It is 5:32.
Traffic is brought to you by Victoryland. The winning is 24/7 at Victoryland. Go where the winners go every day, and you can be a winner too. Victoryland, I-85 exit 22 shorter, admission 19 and over.
Well, we have a new accident reported on the boulevard in front of Baptist South. That would be our second one there today. Please use caution if you're in that area. Light to mostly moderate traffic everywhere else. East South Boulevards, I-65 and 85, Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka reporting light to mostly moderate traffic. At McKenna Nissan, you can get up to $5,000 off a new Armada, up to $5,000 on a new Frontier. At the lowest tax rates in Alabama, and it's worth the drive. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
News is brought to you by Adams Motorsports of Montgomery, where your pleasure is their business.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. A homicide investigation is underway after one man was killed and another critically injured in a Wednesday night shooting. Montgomery police responded to the 3400 block of Texas Street just before midnight, where 40-year-old Eldrick McNeil was found dead from a gunshot wound. A second victim of the shooting was taken to the hospital in critical condition. The Men's College Baseball World Series begins today in Omaha, Nebraska. The state of Alabama is well represented with 2 of the 8 teams in the double elimination tournament. The upstart Troy Trojans take on West Virginia in first-round action today. Alabama begins tournament play Saturday against the Oklahoma Sooners. Crime Stoppers is offering a $1,000 reward for information leading to an arrest in the murder of Carmilla Taylor. Taylor was shot and killed in June of last year on East South Boulevard. A second unidentified woman was also wounded in the shooting. Anyone with information regarding the murder of Carmilla Taylor is urged to contact authorities. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
AdamsMotorsports.com on the web or Adams Motorsports on the Boulevard in Montgomery. That's at Adams Motorsports in Montgomery, where your pleasure is our business. Come by and learn more about the new Suzuki GSX 8R motorcycle and see for yourself the bar has officially been reset.
Pizza Perfect's amazing buffet just got more amazing. To help our customers during these tough economic times, in June, Pizza Perfect has reduced the price of our buffet to just $10. That's pizza, as well as spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink, everything, only $10. Pizza Perfect Buffet, available Monday through Saturday for lunch, and for dinner Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Pickup or delivery. Also in June, get $5 off any large pizza at Pizza Perfect in Eastbrook, where the buffet is only $10 all month long.
At Montgomery Men's Health, we saw a bunch of patients last month. Almost none came because of an ad. They came because something happened. A fight with a wife who finally said, get help. A breakup. A new relationship that made them aware of things they used to ignore. A photo a friend tagged them in. One guy said he just stared at himself in the mirror. And that was enough. If today's your day, call right now. 334-440-3663. I'm Dr. Smith, urologist and advisor to Montgomery Men's Health. Built on almost 15 years of treating men in Alabama, one patient at a time. Dedicated to ED, low T, and male performance. Here's what happens when you call. We book you this week. We'll get a lab in an hour. For ED, we walk you through your real options at the same visit. A plan before you leave. Don't let today turn into next year. Call now, 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Congressman Barry Moore has always delivered for Alabama. As a member of the House Freedom Caucus, Barry Moore earned a score of 100 from Heritage Action for protecting our values. He's helped thousands of Alabama families, fought for our veterans as a veteran himself, and secured millions for infrastructure, first responders, and public safety. Barry Moore helped pass Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill, delivering tax cuts for hardworking Alabama families, and stood strong to secure our borders. Now, Barry is taking that fight to the United States Senate. Barry Moore will defend our freedoms, defend the Second Amendment, protect our children, stand up for parents, and keep boys out of girls' sports while continuing to cut taxes and lower prices. Endorsed by President Trump, Barry Moore is a proven conservative Alabama can trust.
I'm Congressman Barry Moore. I've rolled up my sleeves in Congress, and I'll keep fighting for Alabama in the U.S. Senate. I'm Barry Moore, a conservative fighter, and I approve this message.
Approved and paid for by Barry Moore for U.S. Senate.
PSC Equipment and Farm Supply in Raymer always has the best sales, and David's at it again with the Tag It and Take It sale. Saturday, June 13th. Load up those trades and bring them with you to the one-day-only mega event. PSC will offer special one-day clearance prices on tons of new and used equipment and implements. Mini excavators as low as $49.95. Mini skid steers starting at $39.95. Quality utility trailers from $17.95. Good Guys cattle trailers starting at just $79.95. And those popular 500 series poly fertilizer spreaders with the stainless steel spinners on sale for $7.99. Tractors, trailers, equipment, attachments, even warehouse products like seed, lime, and fertilizer will have a tag it and take it price. The Choo-Choo Food Truck will feed you, Tony Mills will sing for you, and David Steele. One day only, Saturday, June 13th, PSC Equipment and Farm Supply, 21704 Troy Highway, Raymer, right near Sykes & Kahn.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Well, hi, everybody. 9 days till the official start of summertime, but we are deep into a summertime pattern. The risk of any evening storms are very small. Very muggy tonight, overnight low temperature in the middle 70s. Tomorrow, Saturday, I think we're back to the mid-90s with triple-digit heat indices again. But we'll start to see more storms on the radar. I've got the rain chances maybe 40%-ish for many towns, and even better than that by Sunday. But still, some towns get skipped. The highest rain probability is up to about 80% by Monday as a front approaches. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Mr. Electric presents the most electrifying story of the day. For service, installation, and upfront pricing, call Mr. Electric at 245-1566. Here with today's high voltage news, it's Greg Budell.
Well, the World Cup is not the most electrifying story, but what is are the Europeans and others who have come to this country to see a game. It's costing some people a real fortune. But the news is filled with stories of people who just love this country because they're coming from places that don't have what we have.
Mm-hmm.
While the old media will spend the whole day telling you this is a rotten hellhole that needs big fixing, a.k.a. socialism or whatever, communism, whatever they're pushing. If you have time this weekend, look for some of the stories that are being published about people who are just in awe of what they're seeing in the United. In fact, I posted a thing this morning about how excited some Europeans are. They're skipping the game so they can hang out at Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's. I love Buc-ee's. Man.
It's great. It's a little pricey, but you know what? Those sandwiches are awesome. And you could probably furnish your house and get a tank of gas. There's not too many places that give you the chance to do that.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
But I think that's really cool. And, of course, you'll have to look to Fox and other non-communist news networks to see those kinds of stories.
You know, Greg, more and more stories from World War II are being released, and YouTube has some really good stuff.
Oh, I watch that all the time.
I love the POW stories. Most of these guys that we brought over here that were German prisoners were treated so well.
Yes.
Most of them, they didn't want to go home.
They didn't believe it. When
They
heard that we were producing a B-24 Liberator every 63 minutes, they didn't believe. So you know what the government did? They took them to Willow Run.
Yep.
And showed them from beginning to end how to build a large bomber in 63 minutes.
Exactly. But they loved America so much.
But you know why
didn't wanna go home.
why they were skeptical? They were skeptical because they came from a country where the government ran the media, kind of like it was here during Obama and Biden.
Bingo.
And all they heard was how mediocre America was, how incapable America was.
Exactly.
So I'm glad these people are having a chance to come here and see, yeah, it's a pretty cool place.
Yeah, it is.
It's too bad the Democrats, 55% of the Democrats want to live in a different country.
Bye.
F yourselves and go there,
Please,
okay?
yeah.
I will happily accept a tax increase to underwrite your big bye-bye.
Yep.
Even a few extra bucks, for your first rent, whatever. Get the hell out. You're contributing nothing except the ongoing Les Miserables mentality that really sickens me.
Me too. If it's so bad here, why are you still here? Get out of here.
How about some more stand-up? How about Ray
Please.
Romano?
I love it.
Age, I talk about age a lot, but it's, if you're healthy, that's all that matters. But the thing about your health is in your 20s, you really don't care about health. In your 30s, that's when you're going to be a hypochondriac. That's what happened for me. Every morning I wake up now, I find something new. Hey, what the is that right there? Wake up, that's something. Then you feel better if you can find whatever that is on the other side. Oh, it's set. Okay, I got it right there. I got it. Put the phone down. I'm okay. I got it right there. I'm scared of everything. My memory loss, I'm forgetting things that aren't normal. My own phone number. Have you done that? Your own phone number? I'm talking to a guy. Give me a call. I'm at 456. Holy shit. You can't believe it. Then you try to give your brain a running start, 457.
What were comedians joking about 20 years ago from 2006?
Ooh.
Kevin James is going to talk about why he hates going to the bank. And I was just sitting here thinking, I don't remember the last time I was in my bank. I like my bank. I just don't have a reason to go there.
I hate going to the bank. I'm always in a rush when I go to the bank. I'm never prepared either. I never have one of those checking deposit slips on me. I have to fill it out there. You start filling it out. You see someone else walk in the bank. You have that little anxiety attack. I hate being the only one in the bank, too. That sucks. You still got to walk through the ropes. How smart do you feel then, right? Hey, there better be a hunk of cheese at the end of this maze, I'll tell you that much. I didn't realize this either, but there's a line on the floor at the end of the ropes that you're not allowed to cross unless the bank teller nods you over. If you've ever walked right up to them, they freak out, right? Hey, how you doing? Sir, get back. Sir, get back. You can't come up here yet. I am not ready, sir. We're busy. We will nod you over when we are ready to go.
And we'll complete this segment of stand-up with one of our heroes, George Carlin.
What we have now is a completely neurotic population obsessed with security and safety and crime and drugs and cleanliness and hygiene and germs. There's another thing, germs. Where did this sudden fear of germs come from? Have you noticed this? The media constantly running stories about all the latest infections, salmonella, E. coli, hantavirus, bird flu, and Americans panic easily. So now everybody's running around scrubbing this and spraying that and overcooking their food and repeatedly washing their hands, trying to avoid all contact with germs. It's ridiculous, and it goes to ridiculous lengths. In prisons, before they give you a lethal injection, they swab your arm with alcohol. It's true. It's true. It's true. Well, they don't want you to get an infection. And you can see their point. Wouldn't want some guy to go to hell and be sick.
That's funny. That's true, though. Yeah. Some guy waiting for the big needle, but they swab his arm with alcohol because they don't.
Yep, got to make sure you're in good health before we torture you.
That's amazing. All right, we're at 5:46. We have a couple of more clips to play for you coming up.
I'm Bradley Earl Eckdahl, and I'm asking for your vote June 16th for Circuit Judge Place 5, Autauga, Chilton, and Elmore counties. I'm a 20-year veteran of the trial courtrooms of Alabama. I've served you as an assistant district attorney. I've served you as the municipal prosecutor for the city of Prattville, and I've continued to serve you as the municipal judge of Millbrook. I've defended the most difficult and serious cases before judge and jury. I've been serving this community for 20 years. Vote Bradley Earl Eckdahl, June 16th.
Paid for by the committee to elect Bradley Earl Eckdahl, 131 Hunts Alley, Prattville, Alabama, 36067.
Clogged drain? Overflowing septic? Don't panic. Call the experts who have been solving plumbing problems in the river region for more than 50 years. The Tierce family's local Roto-Rooter team specializes in fast drain cleaning, septic repair, and installation. One call and your troubles are on their way down the drain. That's 272-7130 or visit rotorooteralabama.com. Roto-Rooter, always here when you need us.
Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And we throw troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Hello, everyone. Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better Business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
Accurate, immediate, carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Going through the archives, I just found a stand-up from Dave Chappelle.
Oh, I love it.
On the difference between how white and black people vote.
You be back in D.C. You know, I'm just thinking, man, this is an election year. I'm going to ask you, you're a white guy, do you know who you're voting for yet? Don't know, do you? Now, you see that? You see what just happened here? Let me tell you something. That is a cultural thing. He knows who he's going to vote for. He's just not going to tell me. See, I've noticed that. That is a cultural thing. White people do not like to talk about their political affiliations. It's a secret. You ever ask a white guy who's voting for me? Hey, Bob, who are you going to vote for? Dave, whoa. Take it easy now. Take it easy. So anyway, I was my wife and her, right? And I mean, it was something else. Yeah. But who are you voting for? Dave, come on with the voting. I'm trying to tell you about my wife here. Ask me all these personal questions.
Chappelle.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, story on Fox Business. Elon Musk's trillionaire status breaks Dems. They've got to be going nuts.
Yep.
Because they hate success.
Can't stand it.
They just hate it.
No, they want everybody to be miserable like they are.
Exactly. That's what it is. That's the inevitable result.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Skip that one. Hey, let's go for a golden oldie. Rich Little.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this...
the original guy.
We've had this clip for 20 years, but haven't played it in about that long.
You know, I've been doing impressions for a long time. And I think the key to staying on top is to keep your act fresh, to come up with new people all the time. People like Dr. Phil. I know that you know.
that I know that you know. If you knew that I knew that, then we both would know. If we knew.
Now, I've done a lot of politicians over the years, like Bill Clinton, who wrote me a lot of great material. And George W. Bush. I don't know why the American people are picking on me. I haven't done anything. But my favorite politician by far was always Ronald Reagan. You know, I had a pretty good career, considering the fact that I didn't even finish college. And a reporter over at the Times found out about this. And he asked me point blank. He said, "Mr. President, were you a dropout?" I said, "What?" He said, "Were you a dropout?" I said, No, I was cesarean. I wasn't a dropout.
Can I do another Rich Little?
Yeah.
Some of you may not remember Andy Rooney, but I interviewed him. I remember him. He's a legend.
Now, Andy Rooney of 60 Minutes touches all generations, the past, the present, and hopefully the future. And he's always asking questions. A little annoying at times, but always asking questions. Here's a few things that bother me. Why do they sterilize needles for lethal injection? Why did kamikaze pilots wear helmets? I don't understand that at all. Here's something else. If an asp in the grass is a snake, then why is a grasp in the ass a goose? I don't get that at all. If you choke a Smurf, what color would he turn? If you OD on Viagra, how would they get the coffin lid closed?
Yeah, the formula in that humor reminded me a little bit of Stephen Wright. You were going to say something a moment ago.
Just Rich Little was the very first person that did characterizations of other people. First impressionist I think I've ever seen as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was always a guest on
The Tonight Show.
Yeah, and he did a great
I love
Nixon.
that. There'll never be another Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson to me was great.
The best. And the best thing about him was we had no idea who we voted for. He had fun with politicians regardless of whatever stripe.
Oh, yeah. No,
And-
like you said earlier, no sacred cows.
And these Colbert idiots, you know, really that was entertaining to you to see Adam Schiff on a late night show to
They
do
don't
what?
know- They don't know what entertainment is.
They have no idea because they don't know how to laugh. They don't know how to smile.
It's true. They're miserable people.
Our final clip will be, we'll end with Jim Gaffigan.
I never have free time. Yeah, I don't know about you. Whenever I go to you ever go to the cash machine, there's two people in line in front of you, you get kind of flustered. You're like, forget it. I'm not standing here for 40 seconds. I got things to do, okay? Sometimes being lazy can get you in trouble, you know? Like, you ever not take a shower all weekend? Just lounge around, then you're running late for work on Monday? So it's one person at work. Something smells like smoke in here. I went to a barbecue on Friday night. Only had 48 hours to take a shower. Busy.
All right, that was a lot of fun. And we'll do it again. Well, actually, I will not be here a week from today.
Uh-oh.
I will be on the road heading to New Orleans to spend Dad's Day weekend.